What was all that about? Hey guys! Low energy, low testosterone Dodger here. What is he on? Man, isn't there a thing in America about, what does he call it? I wish amendments it is. Do you have something about freedom of speech? But I suppose now Lex goes, no, it's my channel. I decide. Yeah. It's not freedom. It's not freedom. Oh, dear. Lives on the edge of a golf course. All he's got to look forward to is grab a granny night at the golf course and the man that gasses Gophers. I mean, what have the Gophers ever done to anybody? Why does he go around gassing them? I don't get it. I mean, maybe he's been sniffing the gas. That could be, you know. I think that stuff can't be good for you. If it kills Gophers, I mean, it's going to, it might do something to your head. Dodgy Dodger. Yeah, Dodgy Dodger's back. Dodgy Dodger's back. Who we got in the house? Night Diver. Hey, first. Paul Laura. Yeah, you're getting banned a lot. What's something banned? Apparently, I'm geo-blocked at the moment to get into the YouTube to see who's blocked and unblocked, who's got wrenches, who hasn't got wrenches. But somebody keeps messing with the wrenches and people keep getting banned. But hey, look, we don't ban anybody here. Come on, there's only the absolute rules that we use. You can speak here. You can speak easy. It's not run exactly by a tyrant, a bit like that other fella. What is his problem? Man, he feels so much anger from him. It's almost, he's just totally fixated. He's totally fixated on just two people. And his whole life now is dedicated to discussing them on the edge of a golf course. Weird. Very strange, very strange. Hey, but not to worry, not to worry. Maffis, hello mate, Rolly Mania. Hey up, Dodger. Hey up, it's all right, lad. We're all right, yeah. Up north. I'm in the UK now, so I'm not quite well. I'm in the Midlands, The last home of free speech. Yeah, exactly, guys. Exactly. I think that's what it should be all about. Not just because I don't like him. Don't talk first. Don't talk to me. So I say, okay. I won't do this. Okay, I'm not disrespectful. Okay, I won't talk to you. Next thing you know is banned. No, shut up. Ah, but is it because he might have a problem unless he's the centre of attention? So if people are talking to Dodger in the chat, he don't like it up him, does he? He doesn't like the attention being taken away from what Mr. Big Teacher has to say. The big boss, the big buana, the big buana. So if you're not listening to him as a head woodpecker, then you're out. You're out. You're not allowed to take any attention away from what he has to say and what his narrative is and what he wants to sell and what videos he wants to show. Does it sound a bit strange that exactly what he's complaining about he's doing himself? Very, very strange. Very, very strange. Well, Laura said, well, no, you're not banned yet, but we'll sort that out. Hey, we try not to do that sort of thing here. We're not the Gopher channel. We're not the Gopher. Gas the Gopher channel. Poor Gophers. Dear oh dear. We're to start a petition to save the Gophers. Set the Gophers free. At least trap them and let them go next door neighbour's garden or something. Or, loose them off at the other end of the golf course. No, to go and buy nasty chemicals and pouring it down their holes and destroying their houses. Meech, I bet you don't use chemicals to go and kill poor Gophers. Oh, no, I would give, honestly, Leicester, I would give him a big hug. But I said, well, come to Vegas. He said, no, I'm not going now. It's a great place to report from, especially at the moment. Nope. Mind you, I think if anybody knows Vegas, it is going to be Lex. I think he lived there for most of his life. Yeah. I forgot what it was that he did. Maybe it was pest control, gopher control or something. I don't know. Anyway, I thought, well, can't really chat. Can't really say anything because I'm getting banned. My whatever amendment is being broken, although I'm not American, I guess. Yes, my Polish Sixth Amendment has been broken. The Dodger was quietened because somebody didn't like the narrative. It was taking away and distracting from the Lord and Master of the golf course. What he had to say. Not that I've got a problem with it. Oh, well. I can't remember how many viewers he had. He's getting quite a few viewers of the drama at the moment. Quite a few viewers. We actually got 100 on the dungeon last night. All the drama. So, not much super chats, about $6. Oh, that'll keep me going for a little bit, $6. $6 is better than notebooks. And it all goes to the Archieverse. It goes towards maybe orange juice at breakfast somewhere in some hotel. Well, let's hope Archie scrapes some money together, get some back off Tim. You can see him. Oh man, that would be golden, wouldn't it? Golden if we could have both Arch and Tim together in the same place. Wow. It's like two opposing news channels. Wouldn't there be sort of fighting over the microphones and over the leads as to who gets the best interviews and who gets all the big leads? Oh, Eb's badge. Eb's being a grumpy old goat, which is true. What's going on with the energy prices in the UK, Dodger? My bill's gone from £195 to almost. Man, you're not alone. If you look at the prices of energy across Europe, they've all gone up by well over a third. Same in Poland. You know what? Coal is now 2-3 times the price of what it was last year. It's gone crazy. Resources are being bought up. I mean, they turned the gas off to Poland. They've reduce the gas to Germany. They're going to reduce it further. So the Germans have been going around buying all the Polish wood, all the Polish coal, all the Polish wood pellet. So prices are going up, and everybody's fighting over energy. Everybody's worried about what's going to happen in the winter. So I think there's going to be a scramble, an actual scramble politically to maybe put an end to what's going on in the Ukraine, because otherwise things will get really, really hard. I mean, just think, you won't be able to buy maybe a Mercedes or a BMW. What would the world be if there were no Mercedes or BMWs available? They'll be rioting on the streets, guys. Riotings on the streets. Hey, Bafaris, how you doing, man? Good evening, sir. Laura, don't ruin Mathis's trip to Vapor. Get on fine with Archie. Archie is completely different. Archie, the persona you see on these streams, is completely different to the Paul Pluto that you actually get to meet. You know, you haven't got this high energy, you haven't got the loud voice. It's just totally different. You'd have to be there. You have to meet the guy. Lex, if you're watching, I'm going to really disappoint you, because I'm sort of spouting on about Archie and Tim and how I like them both, and I enjoy their streams, and how entertaining, how many shits and giggles I get out of it. Because Dodger has a sad old life where he is. It's very sort of Polish life is all about very introvert. Families tend to stay within families, unless you're in the cities. There are no bars, and I get very lonely. So, man, this for me, with the chat and everything, this for me is just somewhere where I can get friends, where I'm not sat there all lonely, lonesome, with just me and Mrs. Dodger and four walls. It's this has been really helpful. And Archie as well, I had a really serious accident when I was in hospital bed for a month, and it was only really Archie that kept me going. It was just horrendous, but it's to cheer me up. Watching the Archie of old, the Archie explodes. Yeah, I still really enjoy that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to post a link just in case Lex would like. See, Lex, you're not banned. You are not banned. Nobody's banned from this show. So, Lex, if you want to hop on, man, you want to discuss anything about Gophers and how their lives matters, you're going to tell us that you're going to start trapping them instead of poisoning them to death. That'd be great. That'd be great. That would be just super. Mathis, Laura, kind of screenshot that and send it to Fats. Ooh, we can screenshot. Vegas is going to eat Archie up and spit him out. I don't know. I think it'd be mind-blowing. My first visit to Vegas, it was just one of the most mind-blowing places I've ever been to. It's just full on, isn't it? It's just non-stop, in your face, full on. But I think this will be I think Mrs. Dodger's been there one more time than I have. It's my 5th trip to Vegas, and I think Mrs. Dodger, it's her 6th. So it's going to be a hoot. We're going to have a hoot, a bit of a laugh. Oh, Jay, what we got? Hey, Jay, how you doing, man? Can you play the vid, please, Dodger? Is there a version to Hand with the Cop song? Hope you're well. Yeah, we need a bit of bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you, bad boy? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? But I think one of the most misbehaved boys on the tubes at the moment is Mr. Lex, just banning people for chatting. We got somebody to add to the show. Let's see. Yeah, I think I know who you are. Show your face in the background for a little tick and give me 2 fingers. And I know it's you. And then I'll put you on. You can hide again and I'll put you back on. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, okay. Guys, look, I know some people like this guy, some people don't, but we're putting on the main man. Hey, Marcelo. How you doing, Marcelo? Marcelo. Marcelo? Oh, okay. I don't know what he's doing. Just the blank screen. Hey! Whoop. Oh, look, you're going to see Dodger's head. Whoop. Hello, chaps. Save the Gophers. Save the Gophers. Oh, we got super chat, super chat. Super chat. Super Neutron Star, $2. Said Mrs. Dodger, I will, Super Neutron, when she pops back downstairs. She's busy clearing out the loft. Loft, do you call these in America? Do you call them lofts or attics? You know, the very top place in the roof space where 30 years worth of Dodger life has been hidden away. So she's trying to go through it all and taking most of it down to the dumpsters. So, yeah, bin it, you know. If you can't see any use for it, just bin it. I agree. Mathis, legenda. He's a legend. Oh, gosh. There's somebody walking past a little mechanic. I owned $300 for get. I had a car standing on the driveway for about 4 years. He got it going for me. Must pay. Must remember to pay. Yes, somebody's muttered. What, we got something in the private chat. Okay. We shall do that. Okay, no worries. All secret comment. Secret things go in the private chats. If you ever hop on, you can say all sorts of things in the private chat, you know. Nobody gets to see them. That's where the real gossip happens. Mathis is busy. Have a good stream. We'll try. Is that sad fella on the golf course still doing sad things and blurbling away? Oh, I didn't know Mathis had a... Mathis said you enjoy your dad's new boat. Very nice. Well, you can go out and join Shiraka Sails off the coast of Australia. Thank you, mate. Read and understood. Tia animals have a good day. Have a good day. I know, Mathis, I'm slow. I'm very slow on the uptake. I've got it now, though. Yeah, we love our Mathis. Shot! Man, long time no speaky wiki. How you doing, man? You doing good? Now, what we have to do, let's put a little bit of Slappy Gate on. Where's the Slappy Gate? Put it on, Dodge. Let's remind ourselves what everybody's talking about at the moment. Just a little reminder. Part 1.
Yeah, it's time to go. Your bags today.
I'm going to rewind.
To the front. Front, mate. No, please, no filming, mate. It's fucking 12 o'clock at night. It's enough. Get out of the fucking room. Get out of here now. Tim, get out of here now. I'm serious. That's it. Stop it. I'm fucking sleeping. I'm asleep in my sleep. Time to go, please.
Okay, see you later. See you, mate.
Tim, you turn the camera off or else you're going to sleep outside.
Now, you got to give it to Green. He strike. I mean, that Atlas pose, he had it down to a T. Strike the pose. Are we allowed to sweat on here? We can do. Just no. Gophers lives matter. No gassing Gophers. That's the only new rule I'm now applying is we don't invite people on who gas Gophers. I don't think that's fair, personally. So unless that person changes his ways and stops gassing Gophers and traps them humanely and releases them, I'm not going to allow him on the show. But of course, you can come in the chat on freedom of speech. Super chat, super nutrient star, $2, $2. I wish I could see part 2. Mattis jump on. Yeah, well, look, if the tape doesn't exist, because come on, they're all saying that the big part 2. But hang on, what we call this? See, there's a part 1, which is really a part 1 and a part 2. But the return of the shroom. The return of the shroom, which happened later, apparently, which is the bit where Shroom and Timmy were rolling around the carpet in the corridor, having a grappling they were apparently. But I reckon what we could do is some kind of a reenactment. We could, stage a little bit of a reenactment as to what we think happened. But there again, does that tape really exist? Is it just something that's in the script to be released later on? Interesting, curious and curiouser. Wow. We'll get me with poor old Lex. He's got nothing else better to do apart from grab a granny night at the golf course. He takes all this far too seriously. Come on. It's a bit of fun. I think the only thing latest bit of drama, the only thing I didn't really find fun, to be honest, as an old boozer, as an old git, is I didn't like the idea of Shroom being left alone, left alone to walk to the train station, have to sit there on his own in that condition. I mean, let's be fair, Shroom is not a drinker. You never see Shroom drinking away on the shows. He's not a drinking man. He doesn't get out much. And you can see throughout both of those clips, to be fair to Shroom, he was having a laugh. He was there feeling he was doing his bit for the show, promoting it. He was enjoying himself. Okay, things went a little bit too far. I understand that. And it would have been a little bit too far for the Dodger as well. But, the guy shouldn't have been, you don't leave the man behind. You don't leave the man behind, the Shroom. All by myself. I don't want to be all by myself anymore. He shouldn't have been left alone. He shouldn't have left the Shroom. If I shroom the room, don't leave the Shroom behind. Pansy Gate. Hey, Matty, I'd say nothing. I would lose my job. It's hard. It's nothing harder to have an unpaid job and hang on to it. I mean, I've already had HR having a go about how I'm smelly, and he'd cross the road if he ever came across me. So, I'm on a knife edge. Dodger's on a knife edge. Dodger's on a knife edge. Oh, you never know. Oh no, you never know who might come in and gas the badger. They'll come into the dungeon and release the gopher gas. Dodger's had a few tisky. No. Dodger got told off by the gasser, the chief gasser man. He said, "Oh, there's no energy over there. He's got no energy. We've got no energy." Just because somebody has all this entertainment, we grab the granny night and his testosterone's running. I mean, just because he's got the energy. But he don't like it up him, does he? He don't like it up him. If you make any criticism of the gopher killer, he goes, "Oh no, you can't say that." And my chief comes on here, "No, you can't speak. Oh, don't speak to me." Bitching he was, bitching. Absolutely. I mean, it's a bit. It's a bit rough slapping another man's hand. But if you look closely, and we'll play the part 2 now. I think there's a little bit of a chinny. The chinny got caught. So there's a little bit of a chin action going on. But we'll have a closer look at that. I don't know if I can freeze frame it, but I think there is a glimpse of a chin being caught there somewhere. But apparently, it's the part 2 that supposedly has not been taped, is where there is more physical contact. This is where Archie grapples with the Shroom, grabs Paul Green, stuffs his head in the fridge, and bangs the door repeatedly into the Shroom's head. He has him in a head hold and then throws him out. But Laura, you banned? No, nobody's banned you. The Bard. I've watched it several times and I'm still not bored. We'll watch it again in a moment. What are things highlighting today? Nothing really goes right. In America, GR could have been shot. People have guns on their nightstands. Yeah. True, actually, if you think about it, sometimes you're having a dream. For a moment, when you wake up, you carry on living that dream, you get all your motor neurons start working again, and you just have like a nervous reaction. And then for that one moment in time, you're in that dream, but you're live. You've gone live. You're actually awake. So yeah, I think the worst thing you can do is have a gun on your nightstand. Imagine, you're dreaming you're in some part of the Dirty Harry film or something, and then suddenly you got your Magnum, you just grabbed it from the nightstand and shot the missus. I mean, that's just not good, is it? Your message was flagged. There is a bot on here that does flagging. I don't know if there are any more. I can't actually tell if there are any mods live. So, and I haven't got YouTube running, so I don't know if how many spanners, which spanners are on. So if anything goes wrong, Laura, I'll catch up. And if I can't do it, I'll get Shirako to sort of unban you. I mean, it's just one of those things. Strange things happen. Okay, Laura. I was trying to say we don't really know Green Room was left behind. To be fair, yeah, absolutely. No photos of him leaving the hotel. No photo of him at the train station. Nothing. He could have been in Bondage's room the whole time. Yes, that's it. I mean, what we could do, I guess, is apply for the security tapes. Now, that would be interesting if we could apply for the hotel security tapes. Anybody got any ideas how we go about doing that? That would be golden, wouldn't it, if we got hold of the tapes? Do they have cameras in corridors? Is that legal in Australia? I don't know. But at least we are able to see if the shroom leaves the hotel. Depart. Slapping a £300 bee should not be a criminal offence. Hey, my old friend. Hey, who's back in town? Who's back in town? The man is back in town. The man is back in town. As Charlie Murphy has it eloquently put, first of all, you don't slap a man. Okay. I mean, even the slapping was fashionable. They did it in Paris. Some guy would come up. Okay, I can't read stuff for shite and punctuation, so I didn't get much of an education. I'm sorry. I challenge you to a duel. They would have a gunfight after that. Somebody had to go. Ooh. Do you reckon that's what's happening at the moment, Lord? Where there's a bit of a duel and somebody's got to go? Do you think this is a power struggle to the very end? Will it be only one that emerges from all this triumphant over the watch tubes? Very interesting times we live in. Hey, Brent, how you doing, man? I had to come on here because I was having a nice, peaceful time, just chatting in the chat in Lex's. Next thing you know, he's being really abusive, nasty because I'm not singing to his hymn sheet because he's a religious man, So unless you're there singing to his hymn sheet and Archie, Timmy, Archie did this, Timmy did that, let's go get some Gophers, you're out apparently. Even though you were polite, you weren't abusive, you were being respectful, you were just chatting in the chat, you get timed out. And then I think he banned me. He banned the Dodger. And Dodger don't get banned. Hopefully Dodger doesn't say too many nasty things to get banned. He banned me. I'm broken-hearted. I really don't know what to say. It's really disappointed me. But there you get. What do you expect, somebody who gasses the Gophers? No good. Archie has fighted himself. Oh, what? This is what everybody's talking about. I'll tell you what. Don't ever underestimate your pontiff. He's been through the battles. He's had all the scars. He's been doing this for over 10 years. Yeah, that's not the first time. I mean, if you remember, we had the Pugsley Gate as well. We had the Pugsley Gate. And now there's the fighting with Timmy. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's super chats that matter. So, I mean, they're certainly rolling in. I think at the moment, more are rolling in for Tim than they are for Archie. I mean, would anybody agree? I think there's more super chats coming in to Tim than there are to Archie at the moment. Free Dodger. Nah, it's okay, Laura. I mean, he's just, I don't know, he's strange, actually. I ought to be careful what I say here. I mean, I might get gassed or something. You know, us badgers, you know, they're always after us. You know, we live in little dens underground as well, so we can sort of relate. So many little badgers relate to gophers. So, you know, I've just got to be a little bit careful. You never can get some nutters on these streams, you know, some little nutcases. Archie was begging for Tim to link his after the show last night. Yeah, so, you know, maybe there's a little bit of cooperation still happening in the background. We do not know. We do not know. Keeps highlighting the wrong thing. I want the energy from the bathtub. Yeah. Yeah. The bathtub. I don't know what I was before. I decided, well, you know, I have to put some energy in because people complaining I don't put the energy in, the power, the strength. He's 70 and stuck in his ways. Who we're talking about? Can't be Arch. It must be Gopher Man. Gopher Man. Gasses the Gophers as fast as he can. As fast as he gasses the Gophers, they come back because they can. Just saying. Oh, good. Everybody back to normal. Everybody having a nice chat in the chat. I shall drop the link just in case. But no worries. Nobody has to come on. I just got a little bit annoyed by Golfer Man. Go for Golfer Man. You know. I don't like you. You look at me. Don't even like you chatting. Beach. Oh, Timmy did this, Timmy done that. Oh, it's all so serious. Narcissistics, Yeah. Shits and giggles like plastic and Scirocco would say. We're just here for shits and giggles. Oh, the new Oris Diver 65 or the Pelagos. Kind of Oris is kind of okay brand. I gotta say that I kind of prefer Tissot, really. I don't like that. And I really haven't looked at the new Pelagos 39. I've been just far too stressed waiting for the call from the AD. But Mrs. Dodger got the call, and Mrs. Dodger has got a new piece, so we might do an unboxing. And on the way out, the AD said to poor Dodger, he says, well, sorry, there's nothing for you. That's okay, Mr. AD. But Mrs. Dodger's very happy. She's got a little piece for her 60th birthday now. She's got a nice little stainless steel thing that she can wear every day. So she's actually planning to wear a wristwatch every single day. I mean, she wouldn't wear her watches before we were coming on the streams, and she's really got into the hobby. But it's nice as husband and wife to be able to share something together, you know. The excitement of the tubes and the streams and the drama. Better than Neighbours in Australia and EastEnders in the UK, this drama. And look, and for most of us, it's free. I mean, it's not even as if you're having to pay for this entertainment. That's interesting. Do we reckon? Yeah, who else reckons? Do we actually think that, yes, that Lexi's becoming a bit, taking sides a little bit? Do you think his independence of just slating Archie is altered, and now he's turning to the Tim camp? He's turning to Tim? Interesting theory. Very interesting, huh? Happy wife, happy life. Absolutely. Absolutely, KB Lake. I mean, this is the key to a long and successful relationship. But it's a two-way street, you know. I try and keep her happy, and she tries to keep me happy. And we've been working at this, the hard times, the good times, the bad times, for over 30. We met when we were 21 and we're 60. Anybody can do mathematics or work out how long we've been together. Yeah. One dog, one bone, I guess. But I would say there were plenty of temptations along the way, I guess, for both of us. But somehow, some way, we stayed together. Man, all those years, where did they go? But they were fun, you know. The 80s was the time to be around. There was none of this political correct, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that. We just had a really good hoot. Ah. If I had my other, I'd love to, I'd just love to bring some of these up, but I'm just not able to at the moment. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. If I had somebody else on the panel to keep leading, because I can't talk and I can't do something else at the same time. Unlike Mrs. Dodge, who can do two things at once, I can't. So I'll blame it on the gas. I had a really bad operation a couple of years ago, and I blame it on the gas. So I have feelings for those Gophers. I have feelings. It's not nice. It's not nice being under the gas. It messes with your head. I'll tell you what. If you don't gas them properly, you leave some of these Gophers in maybe a bit of a dodgy state. And you never know what they might do during the night. They might creep into his little bungalow, into his little shack on the golf course, and they might nibble at his toes. And he may wake up in the morning with no toes because the Gophers had his toes. Because he'd been nasty to Gophers, gassing them. Yeah. What piece did she get? She got a. I'll keep it for an unboxing. But it's a 30. I'll give you some tips. It's 31mm steel. So it's a lady size, but she already has the 36mm date just with the diamond bezel and things. So that's quite nice, two-tone with the oyster. So she already got about this. It's too much of a dressy watch, and she wants something where she can just, you know, when she's having to do her chores, you know, when she's having to wash up and scrub the floor and the doorstep and cook Dodger's dinner food in American. Dodger needs his own play pal. Yeah, I love Mattis. I love my own play pal. I got Mrs. Dodger. We play. Believe it or not, 60. We still play. We play a lot of games together. Titanium watches. Yes, I wouldn't say I hate them, but being born in 1961-ish, value meant weight. Usually, you know, if you think about it, gold is heavier than silver. I feel with a titanium watch, although, yeah, all the machine, it's much harder material to machine, this, that, and the other. Much harder material to melt, got a high melting point. But you just don't feel as if you're getting value for money. It's almost like you're getting a lightweight swatch. What do we have here? Or could you just show your face in the background and give me the two-fingered V sign, and then I'll put you back on, and nobody needs to see your face. I just need to make sure it's you, because the authentication here isn't perfect. But you're welcome to come on if you just, as I say, show your face, give me two fingers, and then go offline again, and I'll put you on. But I can't take the risk at the moment. Sorry about that. Sorry, man. Oh, Mattis, absolutely, Mattis. You need your own OnlyFans. I mean, you, Mattis, if you streamed, I mean, yeah, Mattis is a star. And I'll tell you what, if Mattis was there during this Slappygate, because that's what I decided to call it. I decided to call this Slappygate. If Mattis was there at Slappygate, Mattis would have taken care of the shrew, like he took good care of Timmy when Timmy was flat out in the street. Mattis is the man, and this is the guy you need at your 6 when you go into battle. I'll tell you, that is the guy. If there's anybody you want at your 6, mate, it's going to be Mattis, watching your back. It's a shame he wasn't there. Ha, dodgy, yeah. Hey, Freander, are you Lillard to the spruiking clown bird brain second? Thinks every troll is me. Freander, seriously, have you lost your wrench? I haven't got thing. If that's happened again, that whole wrench business now should be closed down to only three people that can mess with those wrenches. And so if that's happened, and that's the other two, then somebody else has still got access to something that they shouldn't have. I always want to get to the bottom of it because I'm pissed off with it. I'm pissed off with having to sort it out, and I'm pissed off with everything that comes with it. So, yeah. Actually, I'm just going to go. Excuse me, guys. You chat amongst yourselves. I'm going to fire up and see if he has or hasn't. I just can't get into the main YouTube things. The geo blocking. I need Archie to re-authenticate me on for YouTube to log into that side of things. Hang on, let's have a look. Chat amongst yourselves. Lex does that, doesn't it? Oh, apparently I've gone live. It's just told me that I've gone live. I did ages ago. God, this laptop's slow. More due to Microsoft, so it's better than. Hang on, I just need to fire this thing up. Excuse me. YouTube. Let me look back up here, see if there's a problem. Hang on. What is going on? What is going on? Hang on. That's strange. So has somebody gone and yeah, I'm trying to find Freehander who should not be banned from this channel. And now I can't find it, which means that maybe somebody has gone and done that. Okay. It's not funny anymore. So I'm bored of having to try and fix it. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Well, when the Pontiff has some time, because I know he's very, very busy at the moment, we're going to have a rethink of all of this because there's still a problem going on with the channel. Yeah, there's a problem going on. Okay. What time is it in Oz? Because I can get, I'll get Scirocco to have a go at sorting this out. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Brent, I'm still loving the Seamaster. Absolutely. But what I brought on the trip is probably my one and done in all fact. It's I love this. It's the pre-ceramic sub. I prefer it to any of the ceramics, but it's a 2008, so it's got the no holes case and it's got the engraved rehouse and the solid end links. And so for me, it's just absolute classic perfection. You know, for me, it's the shape. They started messing with the shapes, didn't they? After this model, you know, they went to fat case, didn't they? And then they went back to slimmer lugs on the 41 mil. But for me, this is the classic, really. If there's just one watch to go to the grave, I think this one will be it. Mind you, probably the Undertakers would probably steal it, wouldn't they? I mean, how do you know that you can get buried with it on your wrist still? Interesting. I'll have to get a coughing cam, a wireless coughing cam, so catch anybody who tries to steal my submariner while I'm in the coffee. If you get to my age, you really do start becoming a bit of a coughing dodger. Hang on, let me have another look at this other little issue and problem. Okay, yeah, there's a bigger problem than I actually expected. So yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to Archie, and I'm gonna have to talk to Scirocco, because we do have a problem, Freehander. There is a problem, mate. I'll find out who it is. But this time, because I'm so pissed off with it, if I find out who it is, I'll let you know, Freehander. I'll definitely let you know. Because rules is rules. We don't go banning people and mucking them around on here. Not like the Gasser channel, Mr. Gassy, who won't be named. Is he still yabbiting on in his own channel, still whinging and moaning and putting up clips? Talking of which, let's have part 2. Part 2. Bring it up, Dodge. Bring it up, Dodge. Dodge is bringing it up now. Hang on. Let's post a link just in case somebody wants to, is crazy, doesn't want to come on here. Woohoo. Let's go. Slappy down to. Slappy doos. We'll have to go my numbering system. We've got Slappy 1, which you've seen. This is Slappy 2, of the first Slappy thing. But I reckon there may be a tape to this second Slappy session that occurred later, where there's grappling on the floor in the corridor. But let's go Slappy 2. Slappy 2, bring it up, Dodge.
Okay, guys, this concludes the Tim Wright movie. Thanks for watching. Press the like button. Subscribe to Tim Wright.
Yeah, and fuck off, okay?
Fuck off, okay.
I'm taking you off StreamYard, so go fuck yourself.
You took me off StreamYard. We're going back for more.
Out of here now. I'm sleeping now, okay? I'm sleeping now. Come on. What is this, Tim? What is this?
Shroom.
What are you doing?
Shroom.
What the hell's wrong with you? Time to go, please.
Shroom.
Time to go.
I want to dedicate this film in the memory of Ziz.
Tim, let's just go now, okay?
Shroom.
It's time to go. It's time to go. Get out of my fucking house now. Out of here.
See, actually, I'll see you on the live stream tomorrow
You
night.
just fuck off. I never want anything to do with you again. Fuck off.
Did you really remove my StreamYard access?
Yeah, I did, so fuck off.
I don't believe that.
Oh, just fuck off. I want to sleep. Okay?
Dude,
Hey, it's time to take a bag
What are you gonna
and
do?
fucking get out of here.
what are you going to do about it?
Tim,
Shroom, come
if you are filming now, I am honestly going to fucking throw you out of here, okay? It's midnight.
That's it.
Get out of here now.
Shroom.
This is enough now.
Shroom.
Tim,
Shroom.
get out of here.
Shroom.
What's wrong with you?
Hold on, wait.
Come on, man, I'm serious. This is
Come on.
it. It's over.
That's
Okay,
it.
I'm catching the plane out of here. Now get the fuck out of my room.
Yeah, chill out, you old queen.
That's enough.
Okay, that's enough.
That's enough, guys.
Shroom.
Now, what I find interesting is you can see Shroom was still in acting mode because he was talking about upvoting. So Shroom was there really as an actor, as we all are in these tubes. And he was just doing his job, as far as he was aware. He was there with Tim to create some drama, to create some action, to make some footage for a film. So none of it was malicious, and so this whole incident has occurred out of what's the word? The police, out of good intent. It's I don't know, something went wrong, but with good intent. The intent was good to make footage. It's just that it went a little bit too far for Archie, and that little bit too far would have been a little bit too far for me. But still, the whole thing was supposedly done in jest. But yeah, the aftermath has turned out to be really serious, hasn't it? Interesting. Freehander, I'll tell you something for free. I wondered. I'll tell you who's messing. One person who's not doing the messing around now. It's definitely not plastic. So it's definitely not him. But we shall now find out, and I shall now tell you who's doing it. So I'm fed up with it. Because for me to put it right at the moment, I have to get Archie. I have to try and get into YouTube. I have to send a code, and then Archie has to pick up his phone and send me a code back so I can log back in. And every time this happens, we go through this palaver. Archie, can you give me a code? It ain't fair. I'm bored to death with people messing around. I'm fed up. Sorry. I feel sorry for you. Me too. I feel sorry for everybody. Justin, don't know if you want to hide your. I'm about to put you on, man. I'm putting you on now. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin.
Doing?
Yeah, doing good, man. The gasser man booted me off the show, and I still haven't worked out why he's booted me off the show. The Gopher gasser.
Oh, from Lex?
Yeah.
For what?
I was
For
really
what?
polite. I wasn't not a bad word about Lex. I didn't agree with what he was saying. I was talking to the guys, and Lex times me out, and then he bans me. It's not
Did
fair,
he say
really.
why?
No, because he said he's just bored with me. I think it's because maybe I was taking away the attention because people were interacting. Maybe I was taking all the attention from him because he's a bit me. Listen to me. I'm the big teacher. I'm telling you the way the things are.
Interesting.
I really don't get it. If you read back my comments, he deletes the comments, doesn't he? But I was being really polite, and then when he said, "Oh, I don't want to retract," we said that. I said, "Okay, that's fine." Next time, ever as polite as I could possibly be. Then he boots me. Lextra is mental. Well, I wouldn't understand his mental health, but he does gas Gophers, which I find a bit strange. Maybe he's been sniffing the gas.
I'm still not convinced those are Gophers, but nonetheless.
There could be moles, because I have moles where I am back in Poland. I have heaps of mole hills.
Right.
The Gophers do the same things. They leave like a big pile of earth on the grass, yeah?
Well, those things just don't look like Gophers. But anyway, that said, have you ever gone running in a field and stepped in a gopher hole? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I understand, like, if you've got horses in a paddock, in a field, because the horses,
Right.
especially if they're equestrian horses or race horses, if they break a leg, they're done for. And I
There
know
you
that
go.
the rabbits, especially, I understand you've got to keep them under control for those reasons, but, go for it. And as he was saying, they're territorial, so what? They'll just be one. Because, I mean, I don't want to sound rude. He's got a very, very small garden. Well, he hasn't really got any garden before you get to the golf course. He's got this tiny little patch of grass, hasn't he? I mean, we could just sort of get some AstroTurf, couldn't he? Just put some AstroTurf down, and then he wouldn't have to worry about it. That'll probably stop the gopher coming up anyway. I mean, there's a solution. Lex, get some AstroTurf, mate, and just roll it out. No need to gas the gopher.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. That kind of reminds me of Caddyshack. Gassing is still probably better than landmines, hand grenades, or whatever he was using. Remember that movie?
Say it again. Which one?
Caddyshack. Do you remember the
Caddyshack.
movie
Yeah, I watched it.
Caddyshack?
Yeah. That was funny.
Well, there you go. It's still better than that host of weapons that he was using.
Yeah. Good God.
So let's get back to this.
Okay.
I was watching Lex or this and that of it, snippets of it, if you will. But I don't remember seeing you on there, and I certainly don't remember anybody being booted off.
I was just in the chat.
Oh, wow. That's even worse.
Yeah, and I did not say one bad word or anything negative about Lex, really. I was just, he couldn't stand the fact that I said, oh, I support Arch and I support Tim. I don't like Green. He just couldn't handle it. He just couldn't handle it. I mean, for me, it's just shits and giggles. He takes it far, far too seriously. This is just shits and giggles. Okay, the giggles went a little bit too far. The happy slappy. Come on. What are we talking about here? Slappy gate, Somebody did overslap somebody. Okay, they did. It was over the top. But it was Slappygate. Come on, it's not. It's not murder.
Right.
Nobody
And
got
speaking of
killed.
Slappygate, here we are. Now we've all seen the videos, and I guess we've seen the kind of the semi meltdown of Archie, the divorce, and there was an after show that Archie put on, another live stream. And yeah, I guess it's all settled then. The battle lines are drawn, and we'll see.
Mm. Hey, it's looking mighty fine where you are. Just sitting out in the backyard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just sitting on the deck, just chilling. I just finished coming over from the neighbors. We're house and cat sitting, so I had to go say hi to Leo, give him a nice belly rub and feed him and stuff like that. And I got some spare time. Just took a delivery of some coffee from the postman and kind of go see what's going on. And here you are sitting there talking to yourself. I figure this guy needs a life.
Yep, exactly. I mean, that's what it's all about, is sitting there and talking to yourself.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wait, who needs a life?
So yeah, here Pardon me. Oh, you? I thought you needed a little bit of somebody to talk to. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I've been just on my lonesome. No, I appreciate any help really. It's it's hard at times being on your own. Well, but Lex doesn't allow us, and he does quite a good job being on his own. But he has lots of prepared work. He stays up all night, obviously cutting out clips of other people's YouTube channels to put up and play. So there's always an element of content there. But I've got to admit, I can't be that anal to go around these streams chopping out little bits and pieces. The slappy vids you've seen, that nothing to do with me. Somebody had left them there, you see.
Contrary to popular belief, see, I know you do as well. I have an outside life that runs parallel to this Archieverse. Stuff to do. I mean, you got a house and you got a yard to take care of and stuff like that, right? You've got homeowners, you have maintenance, repairs, this, that, taking care of business. We've got bills to pay, errands to run, and those who have spouses, well, we can't ignore them.
No, that's right.
Where do we find the time? Hi, it's Mrs. Dodge Handy. Hi, how's it going?
Justin's asking you how it's going, Mrs. Dodge.
Yeah, thank you, Justin. Very good. I'm busy.
Can I show him your watch?
Yeah.
Oh, you've taken it off, have you?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you Mrs. Dodge's new piece that she picked up. Was it yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh, love to. Yeah.
From the AD.
All right.
So retail.
Hello. Ooh. Oh, that's absolutely striking. I love. Is that blue?
Yeah, Azuro blue.
Fantastic.
Is it? They're like little lily pads with individual diamonds.
Oh, wow.
They're like peony flowers.
That's a home run right there. Well done.
But this has only just come out in the latest release of this year. They're not really on the market as such. Yes, not really.
Congratulations, Mrs. Dodger. Wear it well. Wear it in good health. It's pretty gorgeous.
It's a bit more understated as well. So it's not like her two-tone.
I love blue diamond.
Yes, I've grown too.
Is that a 36?
It's a 31. But it looks nice on her wrist. She's a bit more dainty. Yeah, it's not like Dodger's big fatness. She has dainty wrists. Sure.
The fairer sex.
Dodge Lord says, waiting.
Nice, I like that.
Everybody's giving you lots of compliments on your choice. Yeah, she chose that. I just can't believe how lucky. How long ago did you decide that's what you wanted? Between you wanting it, asking. Just after the new range was launched, she decided, and she went to the AD. But this is the first one. She's so lucky. It's the first one the AD had in. So, I mean, she's so lucky to have got the piece.
It was allocated.
Assist AD.
Apparently, it was allocated. Was it allocated to somebody else?
Yeah,
How did you sneak that?
because I'm nice.
She says because she's nice. I mean, how nice were you to have got the? Oh, we'll get some serious questions to ask her now. So, what did you have to do to get this?
Be nice.
Don't ask.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's be nice and there's be nice. So, did you have to be nice, or did you have to be that nice?
No, my AD is not that way.
Oh, right. Okay, same them all. Okay.
Kendall
You better have
N.
it back, so I don't want to scratch
N nice.
it. She's a lucky girl, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, I am actually
No
going to wear
kidding.
this all the time.
She's gonna wear it all the time. There you go.
Especially if it likes-
You're wearing it to Vegas, or are you wearing the other?
Oh, yeah, I'm taking both to Vegas.
Both.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. That's my daytime watch. The other one's my dress.
Oh, okay. So she's taking 2 roll. Oh, yeah, but not say anything, no. Them spotters will be spotting you.
Okay. I'm sure there'll be lots of little grey old women there.
Laura says that's a nice deck you got there.
Nice one, sorry.
Nice
A
deck.
nice what?
No,
Oh, thank
apparently you Justin, you have a
Sure.
nice deck. I need to go for cigarettes. I'll show you what. I'm not lived in this property for over 10 years. So.
Yeah, let it show.
Let it show. I'll show you the decking of what's the disaster that's outside. The disaster. Some people, if they live in a house, they just don't really take care of it, do they? As you would your own. So I'll put myself on the big cam.
Hi, Laura.
show you,
Thanks for the compliment.
I'll show you Dodger's Grot. Start cam. It's in the curtain. Get a cigarette. We'll put some lights. It's going to get a bit dark here in the UK. There we go. Oh dear, sorry if you dazzled. I was blinded by the light. So if I go boop, 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 that sort of thing Lex T does, and he goes boop, 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 boop. Oh, dear.
Yeah, I could do without that.
Look at the
I
start
know
of
what
this
you're
deck.
talking about.
It was garbage.
Hmm.
Garbage.
Actually, it's
Let's
decent.
start this
Nice
deck.
glass table. Is that
Got me on wheelchair, bicycle, hot tub that's rotted away. Nobody's bothered looking.
so? That's just a weathered wood there, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe it's
It's a
cedar.
hot tub. They've been using the hot tub right until they moved out. Oh, hang on. Have you not been able to see? Hang on. Did I accidentally? Yeah, they've been using the hot tub, but they didn't bother varnishing it or coating with any kind of protection or anything.
Yeah, I know. It looks great in the first year or two, but after that, boy, Mother Nature really wreaks havoc with wood if it's not preserved or.
Well, that's it. You have to keep putting
Or-
the preservative on. You have to
Yeah.
keep putting it on. I find varnish is no good because it just peels off. This porous stuff, the impregnate works a lot better.
Yeah.
Because you just recoat it every year, and it protects the wood from UV, ultraviolet, So that's a lot.
I don't touch mine. The reason I don't have to touch mine is because it's plastic.
Plastic, fantastic.
See?
Don't you find that plastic
Yeah.
over so many years starts cracking? You get the opposite problem with all the plastic cracks.
Yes, absolutely correct. You just go with it. The floorboards don't crack, but just these rails do. May I show you? Here, let me.
Yeah, sure.
just
Hang
give
on, I'll
a
put you
quick,
on. Hang on. I'll put you
quick
on.
once around here.
There we go. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice place.
Yeah. Start from the beginning. Always watch your step.
Oh,
A
that's
few
a good
people have
condition.
almost gone ass over tea kettle here doing this, but yeah, we'll just start right at the doors. Oh, hello, hello.
So in America, you use us have the titters as well, do you?
Yeah. Anyway, sure. Please excuse the patio. It kind of got away from me. You know, the grass. That's what I
Very
was
nice.
talking about, that stuff between the stones. But anyway, sure. Well, let's slide on over here. Oh, my lawn cutter is overdue. I guess they'll be here later on in the day. That fountain should be on. And then you've got Enzo and Diego, my two Buckeyes right there. But yeah, things are looking nice.
It is, yeah.
Here,
Hey,
let's
it looks
let's
far better
hopefully-
than the Gopher gaffers.
go ahead.
It looks far nicer than the Gopher gassers. All he's got is like 2 foot of lawn that he worries about, and then he's got the golf
I have
course.
my own critters. Believe me. And just
beautiful tree. What's that
this guy
tree?
here.
Wow, beauty.
That is a Colorado spruce. Yeah, Colorado blue spruce. I planted him when he was my height. So yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Now and then we'll just kind of come around the corner and cute little barn, cute little
Yeah.
shed.
Shed, keep your tools
And
in, your mower.
I have
and everything.
inside there. Yeah, lawnmower. Actually, my motorcycle's in there too. It's pretty snug.
Oh, what you got?
There's not much
what
room
you
for
got?
anything else in there, but
What motorcycle you got?
I have a Honda V45 Sabre. It's 1983. It's in pristine condition.
Wow.
I've just parked it there for, oh wow, how long has it been? Well over 20 years.
You're as bad as me. Okay, where's my ashtray gone? What's Mrs. Dodge doing my ashtray? Hang on. Oh, just chucked it. Hang on, I'll show
By the
you
way,
mine.
those
Yeah,
cracks. Yeah. Those cracks you're talking about. You're absolutely correct. See? Right there. So
Yeah.
all I did was I made sure that I put those screws in there, and we can overlook that.
Yeah. I'll show you my trees. You show me yours and I'll show you mine. Hang on. These trees, these go way
Sure.
too big. They're way too big. They're massive.
Oh.
That caused a whole load of
What are
damage.
those called?
I don't know. There's some kind of spruce. I don't know. They're fir trees.
Yeah.
But you see, they've
Oh,
demolished
okay.
the deck. They've grown that big. They've demolished the deck. So this needs some
Yes.
love. I'll tell you. This whole
Well,
thing
that's the
needs a bit
thing
of
with
love.
wood. Yeah.
There's an old leg brace here. If anybody wants a leg brace.
Left or right? I'll take it.
You see, if you want to get onto the aeroplane first, you put that on your foot, yeah, and then you take that on holiday, and you get it's an easy way to get extra leg room. But we only live in small grots in the UK, very small.
Yeah. That's nice though. I guess the best word would be
It
charming
was,
and intimate.
yeah, it used to be once bits a bit neglected. That's a word for it. Neglect.
There's
Years, 10
barely any
years.
grass to cut. Barely any grass to cut either.
Yeah, I did that intentionally when we moved away
Nice.
from this place.
You know, for 2 cents, I would do the same back here. I would throw in a nice, beautiful rock garden. Except, it did turn out really nice this year. So when it grows in beautifully like this, and that's not for a lack of maintenance, I do appreciate it. It's nice.
Yeah, as you can see, these trees are well overgrown. They need to come down. Well, the buyers who are buying it now, they can do what they want with the gaff. I'm done. My time here is done. I'm done.
So have we pretty much beaten this thing to death? The what do you call it? The divorce tour.
Slappy Gate. I think so. I might replay it a little bit. Play it again, Sam. Play the tapes, the Slappy Gates. Right, I am. I mean, I can't get into
That
the
was
detail.
some interesting. That was some interesting bit of emotion that we saw right towards the end of last night's stream. Archie.
Whose stream was it?
Archie's stream. He was discussing everything after his apology and hey, I still love you, but let's do the tour. Then he got quite emotional, and I found it's not uncommon. Speaking to some of the most hardened criminals, the one button that you can push with them is the children. Once you mention the children or the family, everything goes on a much different track, and the emotions come out. If they're anywhere at all human, they love their families intensely, like we all do, right? So,
To be honest, I haven't watched last night's show, so I'll catch up with it in a bit.
okay.
But at the moment, excuse me, I've lost my glasses, so I can't read the chat. Damn, what have I done with my glasses? What have I done with my glasses? Oh, man, what have I lost these glasses? It's all right, left them in the kitchen. Damn. Damn it. Oh, yeah. Well, I've got another sofa here. At least a sofa. They left the sofa when they moved out, so I'm feeling at home. I can just lie down again. Oh, look, we got Mr. Nude HDX XYZ. Hello, mate. Long time no see. I think it's annoying now. I can't read what people are saying in the chat. Block the user. I think it's one of the wrenches, probably. So this is why I need free handy, you see, because he normally gets rid of all this crap. Laura's banned. Laura is everybody constantly banning.
Yeah.
About JJ.
I would. Is Lord in the chat? I can't see. Untimely.
Yeah, Laura's in the chat. Yeah.
I don't know what batteries he said.
Is he?
What batteries? It's right. This is Dodgy's sidetrack. Me by asking me what battery. I don't know. Those little round things. Don't you hate those key fobs you have with the car and the battery goes in them? It's the most annoying. Yeah.
So yeah, basically, last night Lord was on Archie's stream as well. That's something I guess we all thought we'd never see. It was good to see, with the strong proviso that as soon as Timmy shows up, Lord will be gone. And so he was on there.
Yeah, something happened. I don't. Yeah, I'm not going to delve back into the detail of all that. Something occurred. I wasn't particularly around, but yeah, I miss Lord because the days of my so he gave me a great deal of help. It was the first time I came on the tube. He gave me a great deal of help and support to continue. You know, he helped me realise a lot of it's shits and giggles, and really the trolls in the chat just add to the fun and stuff, and not to take things too seriously. He gave me a few tips.
Right.
And, yeah, Alpha, he sort of took me under his wing a little bit, so yeah. So no problems there.
Good.
So yeah, is Lord back now being a kind of, I'm not saying replacement for Tim, but is he like Archie's anchor man now?
I think he's available to do that.
Yeah.
But just as a friend, I would just he doesn't even need this reminder, but I'm hoping that he does not get taken advantage of once more. But we shall see. We shall see. He's a big boy to look after himself.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of roundabout was he used for drama or something. Something like that happened. Or I don't know. But maybe Lord can come on. He could probably tell us at some point, remind us of what happened. But he's back. He's back. Strange. One person goes, one in, one out. You know, one comes in the door, one goes out the door. It's the way it seems to work on these tubes.
Well, especially with Archie's. I mean, how long have you been following Archie? Years, right?
Yeah, it's been years before I even come on the chat, even to say anything in the chat.
And
going back to what Suckerhorn used to be on before Tim, and you know, the old days of you know, the plastic and the dog trainer.
Right. The bearded lady. Even
Yeah, the
before
bearded
that, there's
lady.
a host of
Yeah,
regulars, right? That now you don't even hear from, like Tanzil and stuff like that. People have just decided they leave or they get shown the door.
mm.
Usually they leave, I guess, in a fit of
But
acrimony.
I did find out of all of them. All of I like JJ. And I'm not too sure about what was his name. They call him Pugs there. I don't like calling somebody.
Oh,
But
Hugs.
anyway,
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah,
Marcos or whatever.
Tim kind of Tim and I started out as a bit of a because Tim wasn't part of the Artiverse. There was a bit of a war. So at first I didn't kind of like Tim, but Tim was absolutely growing on me. He's again an entertainer. He's proved his worth. He's done things like set up the London Watch Show, which is something I really enjoy going to. So I enjoyed that. If it wasn't for Tim, that would have happened. He does a lot, in terms of integrating this Ethernet life on the internet with real life events as well. So he's doing a lot to include people, have things to look
Yeah.
forward to.
You know what?
And,
I'm just I don't hate Tim. I don't even dislike him. I do
no,
recognize all of the hard work that he puts in. That's nice. But there'll be more than one person who have noted that wherever Tim goes, there's a trail of bodies, so to speak. And working backwards, it's JJ,
okay.
Marco, even
Uh,
our friend Lord H.
Lord, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just people kind of
Yeah.
bustling.
Okay, yeah. It's a good point. There seems
So
to be a body trail. But
it's not necessarily nefarious, but there's this kind of some kind of strange cavorca that goes on whenever Tim is around. And I just strongly sense he likes pulling at strings in the background. I know a lot of people will agree.
oh, he's an intelligent guy. I mean, he's got a degree in basically a degree in people, hasn't he? Sociology, might be so.
Yeah.
He knows a bit about how people tick and what strings to pull.
But just think, what if he had painted that door correctly? We wouldn't
this
be
would never
talking
have
about
happened.
all this. No.
All this would not be happening now if it
They
wasn't
had
just for
one job.
one
One job.
one slip of the paintbrush created all this drama.
Oh boy.
We'd have nothing to talk about if it wasn't for Timmy and the rest of the
Well,
guys.
yeah, I was just thinking, hey, isn't it nice for old boomers like us? We got nothing better to do than to discuss and analyze the antics, the
Yeah,
monkey shines of these
yeah.
guys.
The antics of the youngsters is great fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
When I saw Shroom, with his antics, it took me back to when I was 21 years old. When I used to
exactly.
maybe you could argue I used to enjoy life a little bit more back then. The shenanigans and
Hey,
antics. It used
I've said it before, Dodge. Let he who has never gone shithouse and in public and made a complete ass of themselves cast the first
yeah,
stone.
absolutely. And now I think back on the things
Come on.
I done or said. I've done some things that works parties. Said and done things to the boss before now. Which
Yeah.
the day after he's like, am I still have a job?
And the other side of that coin is, and I do agree with Archie on this, you don't screw with the pontiff. Anytime you have disagreements between two people, some kind of embroilment, embattlement, a wiser man than me said one time, my former partner in law enforcement, he said, just peel the onion. Keep peeling. What's this? What's bothering you about this? Keep peeling that onion, and 100 out of 100 times it comes down to the D word, disrespect. In prison, in the free world here, wherever, you disrespect somebody, careful, you're gonna reap what you sow.
Yeah, I mean,
Simple.
where I came from, it was a case of if you do disrespect somebody, you better be careful. Make sure you can back that up
That's
all
right.
the way. So you have to be very careful. Unless you used to shut your mouth, unless you can really back your mouth up with action, you'd shut your mouth.
Right.
That's
Your mouth
hard.
writing checks that your body can't cash.
Yeah, exactly. No, my age, I was talking to my brother the other day. It's interesting now that you reach a certain age where you grey old. Well, me, I'm a bit of a grey old man. I don't walk too well to the hips, but you become almost invisible. To where maybe some places some rough areas and places you wouldn't dare walk and you wouldn't go. You become almost invisible to people, so you don't become a target in a bar anymore. Nobody picks fights with you for the sake of picking a fight because I think the old geezer. It's true, somebody in
Well,
my age.
yeah, yeah. You make some good points, and you remind me of some things. If I've learned nothing along the way, I've learned this: never argue with children, drunks, or crazy people, and
Mm,
I don't drink with strangers ever,
yeah,
because, as you can see, as the last few city tours have shown, stuff happens.
yeah, shit happens. It does. It does.
You
Got to be
betcha.
careful, especially when you're young. Yeah. Not so much when you're our age. Say you become quite grey. You don't become a target. Nobody's going to look. Somebody, you walk in a bar, somebody's not going to sort of take you on to prove they're bigger than you or harder than you, because who's going to pick on a 60-year-old man? There's 30-year-old. Okay, great. You just beat up 60-year-old man. Wow. There's no street credit in
Yeah,
that.
good for you.
Is there?
Yeah, well, uh, unfortunately, if you're a young banger and you want to earn your stripes, it may take some act of violence, and they don't care who it is.
Mm. Yeah, you have a problem if they're on these drugs, these meth and what have you that you have nowadays. I mean, back in my day, it was just LSD. Was it mainly just 60s? It was LSD and marijuana, but not the strong marijuana. It was very weak in those days. It's not this
Correct.
strong stuff they grow today that messes with your brain. It was just a leaf, and a bit of LSD. I mean, that's why the last of the
Right.
Beatles did a lot of music was under the influence of LSD. You just got to look at the record covers. If you ever want to know what it's like tripping out on,
Oh, there we go.
what's that then? P45.
Sorry, I live by an airport here. Yeah.
Do you ever listen into the air traffic control?
All the time. And and believe it or not, you've heard of these Great Circle routes. That's the navigational routes that most airlines fly. One of them is basically over my city here. So any flight from, say, France or Barcelona, like like Paris, London, and if they're going to LA or San Francisco, they fly right over our city. In fact, they fly right over my deck. And so I have some software that it can go on. What is it called? Flight 24. Just go to that app, download it, and you will be able. It'll tell you what that plane is, how fast it's going, how high it is, who owns it, where it came from, where it's going. Basically, the whole itinerary. It's kind of cool.
Where I live in Poland, it's interesting. The commercial, I don't know. I don't know my east from my west. You will have to excuse me. But, there is a direction where the commercial flights always fly. There's another direction, typically from Germany, where military aircraft fly. So you can tell when it's military aircraft what the lanes are. The other day, we've had recently quite a few incidents where they've gone full supersonic over built up
Yes.
areas. The windows blown out, scaring animals, scaring children. I don't know what something's building up out there. I think there's a lot of west to east traffic and scrambling of fighters, and I just think
Okay,
that's
that's a
interesting happening in the
very
skies.
interesting point you're making. Very interesting point. My neighbor does work for the Canadian military, and let's call it logistics. And I asked her, I said, Is there a big movement of aircraft and people out in your area towards it? And she said, yeah. And we didn't really have to pursue it much further. We both know why. I find that somewhat disconcerting. Something's building. The Bible was prophetic about it, wars and rumors of wars. Something's going on, though.
Yeah,
Methinks,
just recently.
possibly, for all you military and war buffs out there, that Kiev and Ukraine may have been the newest Gulf of Tonkin. And NATO, I assure you, will be right in the middle of it. World War III kind of thing. Everybody thought, oh, this might start in the Middle East. No, that's a separate fire burning all by itself there. But this is most interesting. Don't believe everything you hear about Ukraine.
Yeah. I'm just going to hop off and hop back in again because everybody's complaining about my sound. Does my sound bad?
Yeah, it's a little choppy. I thought it was just me, but yeah,
Okay.
just your audio is a little choppy.
I'm just going to hop out. I'm just going to hop back in again. Hang on a second.
Sure.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, I've got to cancel that. Hang on. Otherwise, I'm going to lose something that was put in the chat. Hang on. Hang on. Let me just save that. Bear with me. Okay. Hang on. I'll be back.
Okay. In the meantime, and what excuse me. In the meantime, I am going to just go to Avatar. I'll go inside. I'll charge while I'm streaming here, along with Dodger. And that'll give me a chance to pull this up on the big screen, and I can see what some of you chatters are talking about. So give me 1 second. Let's walk into the house together, shall we?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Is that any better?
Yes, it is.
Right. That's sorted that out.
Okay, I'm just going to go on Avatar, as I was mentioning. I'm going to put this on the charging stand, but I'll be able to stream along with you there. So, here we go. I don't know why my face keeps popping up on my Avatar instead of my 507 BMW. Oh well.
Depends on which channel. Sometimes these avatars, you change them depending on which stream you're in. So you do have to, like in the dungeon, you have to change it specifically to the car. So maybe you just change it back again if you can, and maybe it'll save it.
Okay. Oh, hang on.
Mine's been the Polish flag for some reason. Some strange.
Oh yeah, your mic is good now. That's for sure.
Oh, good. So I've just checked. I've got an alarm back. I've got a camera system back in Poland, so I've just had an alarm from that. It's probably a false alarm. I'm just going to check that message. That's all right. False alarm again. Sometimes when the sun comes in and out, it sets off the cameras with a false alarm. Yeah. Get her down. Thanks, guys. Sounds like the sound is a lot better. Thank you, Lord. Invite. I'm just going to drop the invite in case Lord or anybody else just wants to hop on.
Sure.
Drop that in. So I think we've exhausted Slappygate for now, haven't we? There's nothing new happening there.
Well, not if everybody hasn't seen all the videos and are up to date on it.
Yeah.
But, there we go.
I suppose can start picking on the Gopher gasser now. Mr. Lexter, the Gopher gasser.
Now I can actually see the chats. So may I just quickly address some of the?
Absolutely, I can bring them
Okay.
up.
Let's just go back in here. Laura's asking, "Am I a NHL Jets fan?" I like them, but I was a Montreal Canadiens fan decades before that, and I'm extremely loyal to them. So, yeah. Let's see here. I'll quickly show you one thing in my office that won't. My name's plastered all over this office, but let me
Yeah, don't
quickly
dox yourself.
see. And no, I won't do that. There, can you see that? The
Yeah,
Winnipeg
I'll put you
Jets.
full
That
screen.
was the opening face-off, and their brand new building, and their reiteration when they came back to the city.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and of course, who are they playing? The Montreal Canadiens. Anyway, there we go. So, short answer, I'm a Habs fan through and through. And Mathis, thank you. Doing the dirty work. Done dirt cheap. Do, 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 The reason that song, Dirty Deeds End, they're done dirt cheap, that sticks out in my head because when I used to live in an apartment, the girls next door, they played that on a loop incessantly. So it's a song you either loved or hated. And another one, Bites the Dust. That was who's that? Queen.
Queen, yeah. And another one bites the dust. And another, hey, that's the Archie verse, isn't it? And another one bites the dust.
No kidding.
Doom, doom. And another one bites the dust. No one bites the dust.
No one bites the dust. Hey.
I can never remember songs, just the first two lines typically. I don't know. So,
And it's hum, hum, hum.
hum.
Hey. Oh, way to go, Laura. I like you even more now. She's a Montreal Canadiens supporter, and she lives in Toronto. Ooh. That's heresy. But good for you. Good
I'm
for
kind
you.
of wondering why Laura keeps getting banned, because there's been any problems here, have there?
Yes. And she's referring to we lost number 10. That was Guy Lafleur. Numéro 10, Guy Lafleur, la première étoile. Yeah, that was Guy Lafleur. He was just a mega star in his time in the 70s. He helped us win all those Stanley Cups, the championships.
All right, I'm just copying something into my telephone. How long have we got now? 33. Guy Lafleur, legend. I wish I knew anything about this, but I don't, sadly. I don't know anything about
He smoked. He smoked and he was faster than most people on the ice. Not that I condone that. But.
Yeah, Lord says he'd love to join, but he's taking. Okay, mate, you get some exercise. I'll try and catch up with you when you're on the shows later on.
Okay. Well, he's got his thing later on anyway, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
You got to pace yourself. You can't, you have to resist the temptations to be on every stream at every hour of the day. I know this is somewhat guilty of that too. You got to find time to sleep.
Yeah, I know. We should. This would. I got worried about it the other day because he's constantly taking sleeping tablets, but still staying awake, and you can't keep doing that. You can't keep doing.
And then, as I mentioned to him, staring at the very, very thing that is emitting all this blue light, telling your body, "Hey, it's time to get up." See all this light, according to your circadian rhythm. So you're kind of banging one force against the other there.
No, absolutely. I'm just going to check the world clock to see what time it is. Okay, it's still early morning in Brisbane. It's okay. I want to get in touch with Scirocco because I want to get to the bottom of this. We have like a mole, a little mole in the YouTubes that keeps messing with wrenches and everything. But we've now actually
Yeah,
the person
they're
I
still
thought
in
it
bed.
could have been, it isn't now. So it's we're getting close to the perpetrator of this nuisance.
Outside of what's up, how could I get a hold of Sirocco? I miss that whole bunch. And obviously we're in different time zones. How could I get a hold of him?
Well, what we'll do is, I mean, out of respect, I'll say that you want to be in touch, and then
Yeah.
I'll drop you his phone number. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Thanks.
What I'll do
Appreciate
is
it.
I'll drop it in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Hey, we got General Sard in the house. Assalamu alaikum, Sad Sahib. Fantastic. High Forge and the Honourable. No, I'd say dishonourable Dodger. The Dodger Dodger.
Hello, Sad Generalissimo.
Generalissimo Sad Sahib. Oh, I do wonder what Sard thinks about all of this because I mean he's a great supporter of the tubes. I'm just wondering if
Right.
I guess Sard will be maybe very saddened with what's occurring at the moment in the community.
Salam alaikum, Sad. And he says, alaikum salam. Thank you, sir.
Oh, I tell you what, the joy, one of the joys of being back in the UK, doesn't work, does it? Back in the USA kind of works. Back in the US of A, but it's not back in the UK. I'm eating a lot of catching up on my Indian food, so it's Indian food virtually every single night. And then it's Chinese food. If it's not the Indian food, it's the Chinese. I'm gonna have Indian again tonight. And fish and chips. Oh, man,
You know
I
what
miss
Anthony Bourdain said about Chinese food? The more west you go, the shinier it and the more orangey it gets. It doesn't even resemble Chinese food.
No. I mean, I spent a lot of time living and working in China, and the food is nothing like the sort of Cantonese style Chinese food you get in Hong Kong and in Europe. It's just totally different. In fact, you don't even get the meat and then the rice together. The rice course is a course on its own, so it's ever so much different. They have a wide variety of different creatures that they cook. One of the more bizarre ones was duck tongues, which is a very big delicacy. So if somebody buys you duck tongues in a restaurant, I mean, they're spending a lot of money on you.
Well, much can be said as well for Manitoba pickerel cheeks. That's a real thing. Okay, but you got to catch a lot of pickerel, like fish.
Oh, sorry, I don't know what I didn't know what a pickerel was.
It's otherwise known as a walleye, I guess, in some places. Anybody, Meech would know. He lives there in Minnesota. Yeah, we got a lot of them. They taste great. They taste fantastic right out of the water.
It's a bit like catfish. I mean, we don't really have those in the UK. You don't have catfish here.
Oh, we got them here. Absolutely.
What's mud dwelling? Do they taste when you eat a catfish? Does it taste very earthy, very muddy? Is it a muddy fish?
Yeah. I'm not a big fish eating fan. I love anything out of the ocean. I'll eat that.
Mm.
But freshwater fish, I'm kind of finicky about. I'll eat pickerel, and that's kind of, and salmon. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, with me, yeah, it's salmon or trout. I like trout. I like smoking trout and cooking trout.
Oh, trout amandine, yes.
Mm. We used to do a bit of trout fishing back in the day. Back in the day. Well, I'm going to drop the link again just in case anybody wants to hop on. Yeah, I was just checking the time in Australia, but it's still very early. So I wanted to get in touch with Scirocco, as I say, to fix the wrench gate problem we got going on as well.
people there that can do that.
Yeah, no, I didn't think there were that many people that could do these things now, but obviously there's still a cuckoo in the nest. I think everybody's had to get very security conscious with what's been going on.
Yeah, I noticed a few. I don't want to call them double agents, but there's a few people that were on late night with Tim, and then they came late night with Archie. They called them double agents, but I just call them people who want to hear both sides, I suppose.
Well, me personally, I would say we're talking sides now, and I prefer not to. I mean, I just go to where the fun is. I go to where there's a bit of fun, hop onto things, learn things, get something to talk about on the dungeon. Try and steal some content.
There is a birthday wish for your mother there, Chili Badger. Sad.
Oh, right, okay. Yes, sorry, I start highlight. Chili Badger, my sincere best wishes to your mother. Wish her all. Yeah, happy birthday to Chili's mum. Chili's mum. He's one of our famous moderators. He's one of the best on the show. Hang on, what's OC? Oh, we've got OC in the house. What's he saying? Hey, OC, hope you're okay, mate. Hey, everyone, someone please hop on. Have 30 minutes of free time.
So do we.
So,
I wonder what he means.
I know, is OC on? Oh, if everybody wants to go on.
Hop on, OC.
Yeah, hop on, man. Maybe Sard will also hop on. OC is a big fan of Sard. I think we all are. We all are. Yeah, if you've got 30 minutes, hop on, OC. No problem. Mattis, yeah, I've just been doing some copying and pasting. Hopefully, hang on, I'll do it now. It's okay, but I struggle doing two things at once. So if I do, I don't want to be rude to Justin and do one thing and leave poor Justin without he was wondering who the hell he's talking to. I'm just going to send a WhatsApp, all right? I'm just going to work out how to add the contact. How do I do it without? See, I'm not very good with things. It's all right. If I don't do this now, I'm going to just make sure I've got it right. How in the hell? Okay. Oh, does anybody know if you create a contact on an iPhone and you put a mobile number in there, how do you then add that to WhatsApp?
You have to go to WhatsApp and pull them up.
Pull it up. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about this.
So put whoever's number is.
Right, I have. And then
okay.
what?
Go to WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Do a new one.
A new one. Oh, is that thing? Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah.
Put your name search.
What name search? Yeah.
And it should bring them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Invite. Okay. Mattis, I hope this works. Oh, shit. Hang on. Mattis, I've put that number in. What have I done wrong? I'm sorry about this. Mattis, do you mind I just hop in on the background and dump in the number in again? And I'll double check it. I'm sorry, guys. It must be boring. The ticks off everybody. Yeah, I see loads around. Yeah, hop on, guys, if you want. I don't know what I've done wrong here, Mattis. I've put in where I believe to be the number, and it's. Well, if it's not the right number, it's not the right number. Oh, hang on. I thought I cut it and pasted it. Okay. Don't dox him, Mrs. Dodge, but this is the number. Hang on, I'll just double check this. I'm sorry about this, Justin.
No problem.
I'm having an old man's moment. Is that the same as that?
I have one of those every day.
Have I missed a digit? And I think he's about to.
No, but you need to have your area code, though, don't you?
Oh, an area code. Do I need an area code, Mattis?
Yes, of course you do.
Oh, we got OC. Hang on, ad stream. Hey, OC, how you doing, mate?
Doing pretty good. How's everybody today?
Good. Nice to see you, OC. How's it going?
Good to see you guys too. I thought I would hop on, maybe provide a little quasi entertainment. I don't know. I'm available to answer questions from the chat. Whatever.
Sure. You're not sitting outside today?
No, I'm at work. I work for a living. I got a job. But I do have a break between calls. Thought I would see what's on. I'm subscribed to the dungeon. I'm subscribed to the dungeon now. Believe it or not.
Nice. Welcome
Welcome to the dungeon. Oh, that song goes.
Am I allowed to be here? I don't know. I didn't check with anybody. This may be on the non-welcome channel list. I have a list of channels.
Let me check my persona non gratis list. Higgy baby. No, you're good.
Lord, if you have free time, jump on. We'd love to
Nobody said
you too.
nobody's unwelcome here. I mean, Green, everybody, Tim, welcome. Not. As far as I know, there's no fatwa come down from above or anything like that. So. I think also. What do you reckon, OC? Do you think all this is you're going to blow over?
Sure. Why not?
Before he answers that, can we? Did we do that super chat?
Sorry. Right. Okay. Oh, wow. We're bringing in. We've got the big leads. Hang on.
From Super Neutron Star.
Super chats. It's one for you, OC, mate. You can read it out.
No. Someone else read it. I'm much too modest. Just kidding.
Okay.
Super Neutron Star, $5.
Of
course I'm not. Shout out to OC. I'm a big fan of the OC. Thank you so much, Super Neutron Star. Really appreciate it. I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you. I'm answering questions from the chat. So pull up questions and I'll answer them as
okay.
Fun as as fun as I can.
I'm looking, boss. Hang on. I don't think anybody's asking any questions, actually.
No one's asking questions.
Oh, hang on. There is a question going up. Sorry, I almost lost it. Aldis.
Someone want to read it?
Yeah. LDSS. OC, put an end to this nonsense between AC3 and Timmy. We need two mature adults to negotiate a peace treaty. You and Bear to put this straight.
Well, if these two individuals were susceptible to advice, that'd be one thing. But they are they run their own ships. Archie runs his ship. Tim runs his ship. And they're not ones to really take much advice from anybody. They're very similar in that way. So they're not ones to be guided or handled or puppeteered in any way, shape, or form. They run their channels and their personalities the way they run them. And any advice that you might give will be ignored 97.8% of the time. So you saw like what happened with Tim Wright and this guy named Breitling. This guy named I won't say his real name, but he's just like a borderline stalker, fan of Tim's, and just was giving him all kinds of advice of what to do and do this for SEO and make these kinds of videos and do this kind of. And it's like Tim doesn't work that way. Tim doesn't respond to people giving him a list of 10 things that you have to do. He does his own thing and he does it very well. And that's it. And Archie's the same way. He runs his show the way he runs a show, and Bear might be in his ear, but Bear's not, going to tell him what to do. And Archie's not going to listen.
So very politely, that's very politely put, actually. Well, so we've got two guys here that don't listen to anybody, basically.
No, and why should they?
No. Sometimes when you're young, when I was younger, I used to listen to somebody who was actually older and wiser. But no, each to their own.
Actually,
If
let me interject one thought there. The more money an investor puts in, the more they do listen. I give you, for example, ER, bondage and discipline, right? So they do have some sway. May I say a lot?
Yeah. What's interesting about the complete 180 that Archie did last night, right? With the praise for Tim and the apologies and everything that happened on his late show was a lot of it was the fans that didn't really love the storyline or whatever you want to call it, or the feud, or the disagreements between the two. But as you just indicated, the fans are one thing and the audience is one thing, but the donors and the sponsors and the supporters, the financial supporters, are another. And if they're not happy, and if they're sending signals like, guys, this isn't something with which we're down, this is a storyline with which we agree, then you see how the tune changes quickly. And so I'm not saying this is fake. I'm not saying it's a script. I'm not saying any of those things, but I'm just saying that they do tend to listen to two audiences, the fans and the audience in the chat, who are very loyal and watch every single night, and they're very much appreciated. But then also the financial donors.
Right.
Keep the questions coming, Dodger. Come on, run the chat. Run the chat.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I'm slow, snail. We've got one from Cutty Sark. OC, can you encourage AC3 to lift the ban on Higgins?
No, I have no influence on AC3 whatsoever. So it could be lift the ban on anybody, and I would have no influence. And I wouldn't even do it, even if asked. So
yeah, that'd be a tough sell, I think.
Yeah, I think that would be.
I mean, Sirocco was brought to bear for that one time, whether fairly or unfairly. It's made to darn near hang from the yardarm, so I don't think we'll even try that again.
Yeah, and I like to think of myself as someone who has friendly relations with anybody who I've ever talked to. So it can be Swiss or Higgins or Lord or Archie or Bear or Tim or Diego. It doesn't matter who it is. I would hope that those people, if they've talked to me personally and know me personally, would say, "Oh, I'm good with OC. He's not, he's not a snake or anything." So it doesn't matter if Tim has a feud with so and so and that person has a feud with so and so. If doesn't matter if it's Paul Thorpe or O'Sheen or Nico or anybody in between. If they're talking to me, I give them the benefit of the doubt, and I base my relationship with them based on my personal interaction with them, not on who's at war with them and who's enemies with somebody else.
Well said. That's kind of like the tack that I like to take as well.
Untimely meditation is not so much a question, but maybe a comment. Tim has daddy issues, so he'd only listen to you if you sweet talk him and stroke his ego, as OC just did.
It's very, it's a good. Lord is very analytical and does a very good job micro psychoanalyzing everything, and I like that about him.
So is it almost that you have?
Sorry, Dodge. I'm just going to comment on that as well. Whenever Tim was asked about what happened with the door and his parents and the whole thing, whenever he dared to circle in towards the issue of his parents and his relationship with his dad, he always came up with this word. It's complicated. And there is a clue for you armchair psychiatrists, which I'm not. That's a clue.
But sometimes with some people, you can't directly influence them. But you can just sometimes sow the seed. Does that make sense? You sow a little seed there, and sometimes it can grow. But you have to do that very tactfully.
With Tim, my advice is actually quite direct. I don't need to sow seeds. I'm not someone who's going to that needs to manipulate Tim to do one thing or another thing. That's not how my relationship with him works. If I have particular advice for him, I'm very candid about it, very direct, and he knows that he can trust that I'll give him the straight scoop, and he can either take the advice, which again is probably like 2% of the time, or not. Laura Connor asked, what's the next concert? The next concert is Roger Waters at Madison Square Garden tonight.
Okay. No,
Thanks,
just going
Lloyd.
back to that. I've never seen you as a manipulator or a controller of Tim at all. Really, I mean, that's not the way I've seen you. Just been there, you've been like the bear on the side. Bear on the side.
If anything, Tim is the one who's always accused of the circular logic, always trying to spin and manipulate and control the narrative of different situations. So that would fit more with Tim accurately or inaccurately than it would apply to me.
I'm going to drop this next question. Normally I wouldn't, but so many people now chatting about this question. I don't know why people want to know this, but I'm going to drop it in there anyway. No disrespect or intent from here. But
the answer is I don't. It's a very personal question, but I don't give a fuck, and I don't mind answering it. No, I did not.
There you go. You get the straight answer.
I lived at home for most of college. I didn't live in dorms, so my kids go to college and they live on campus. But I never did. I always lived at home, or I lived in my own apartment when I went to college. See, personal scoop from the OC. Good questions, though. I like them. I don't mind them.
Hang on. I'm dropping my laptop here. I don't know why this is coming. A master manipulator would say that. That's the power.
I love Bruce Tooth. He always drops in great comments. He's very one of the things that I've always said about Tim's audience and just the Archieverse audience in general is, they're very clever. They're smart. They can sniff out stuff from a mile away. So, and the trolls are the best trolls in the business. That's why it's so fun to listen to what's going on the stream, but also pay attention to what's going on in the comments, because there's all kinds of subplots and subcontexts going on.
There's a lot going on. Even in the dungeon, I mean, one of the things I think there may be a connection was the last thing Green Room was doing was exposing the infamous M. And I reckon that, that could have something to do with what happened, I mean, but then again, it sounds like you could be MOC, so you could be the infamous M.
I don't know. I enjoy Green Room's conspiracy theories and his PowerPoints. I think he puts a lot of thought into them, and they're fun to watch.
And they're fun, yeah.
JB says OC, unlike most of us, you've been a true gentleman. I really appreciate that, JB. You're a cool guy. Thanks.
OC does come across as a gent. Yeah, very much so.
This is not a place to burn bridges,
It's my fake persona.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is this a picture of looks like a picture of like Higgins' grandfather. That's like
it does.
Question about Higgins earlier. OC, has being on the streams ever affected you in real life with a third party? I meet a lot of people as a result of being on YouTube. So, for example, a couple of months ago, some people from Germany reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're a fan of Tim's. We're a fan of yours. We're coming to New York, in October, and we'd like to, meet up and can you show us places to see watches in New York?" I said, "Hey, listen." Actually, it was in August. And I said, "Yeah, listen, as you get closer to August, let me know when you're going to be in town. I'm happy to make time for you." They reached out to me. I gave them a tour of the Diamond District in New York. I took them to ADs where they got VIP tours of champagne, the whole 9 yards, and they had lots of fun. So all of the interactions that I've had with third parties have been overwhelmingly positive as a result of being on the streams. No negative. If I were some sinister character, like some crazy stalker or whatever, I might get, doxxed, or I might get, stalked or whatever, but no one cares about me.
OC is like Clint Eastwood eating a fistful of dollars.
I haven't seen that.
Maybe it's time to watch it. LDSS. Both AC3 and Tim act before thinking. Tim seemed to jump the gun on his stream at the lounge, and AC3 just destructed thereafter. AC3 can be a dick. Also, I can. The tension was through the roof. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I've not watched enough in detail to know what was going on there. How about you, OC?
No, I don't remember what the airport lounge video was like. And I don't think AC3's self-destructed. I think he made a couple of mistakes. I mean, I think telling his audience that he didn't want to go to America and then canceling that was a mistake, because that created a chain of events where Tim had to respond and the audience felt shafted, and it kind of accelerated the undoing of everything.
Super Neutron Star might have a point here. I mean, you seem to be the most sober out of everybody.
I don't drink. I only drink occasionally. But I would never get completely plastered or succumb to peer pressure to do 5 shots in a row or anything like that.
I mean, it could be fair because I think a lot of what's been going on is alcohol has been the player, the fifth player, to put it.
Nothing good. There's 2 rules that I follow. Nothing good happens after 5 shots of anything, and number 2, nothing good happens after 2 a.m. So
yeah, I agree, 100%.
That's a good analogy.
Plus, if you were listening to me earlier, I also don't drink with strangers. If you
these are good questions. Keep them coming.
Well, somebody here reckons you're in the mafia. You could either confirm or deny that.
No, it's not even an attorney. So, a lot of people like to think I am, but I'm not.
But he's working his way up there.
Next.
I'm trying to look down. I'm just going down. There's a lot of chatting going on. Hang on. There you go.
Curly Q, OC York Fast. Have you already restructured Tim Wright LLC Empire? I understand if you don't answer, since the Peanut Gallery thinks I'm a spy. Now, first, I have no control over Tim Wright LLC. I have no influence or advice that I give on that. I mean, come on, you guys, stop, get real. We haven't restructured anything. There are things that we do from time to time to, like, for example, I mean, here's like we do little things. Like for example, we might say, listen, Tim, we're going to do an image change. No more pink glasses. You're going to put the other glasses on. He's like, well, okay, well, why? I said, well, because of this, this, and this. He's like, okay. And then you see the pink glasses are gone, right? And so those are. Is that
true? I see. Did you guys really tell him to stop wearing the pink glasses? Seriously?
We do little things like that all the time that the people don't pick up on.
So may
for
I ask
various reasons.
Wait a sec. Let's add the bunny ears to that too, and I'm hoping that comes up in a board meeting.
Listen, Tim loves the bunny ears. I don't think we can ever stop him from doing that from time to time, but they rarely make an appearance.
I've noticed that. Yeah. Okay. So, what can I just ask? What's wrong with pink glasses? Just out of interest.
Well, they're not part of the image that the image makeover that we've been incrementally doing, and you might see some of these things come from time to time, right? And they get rolled out incrementally because we don't like to do too much change at once. But don't be surprised if you see little tiny things happen. It's really hard to pick up on because again, we do them so incrementally in such small doses.
OC, since you know what's going on in the background, last night I think Tim mentioned that he has big plans, huge plans for the future. What can you share with us without spilling the beans?
I can't reveal anything, but yes, Tim has a very ambitious agenda. But Tim always has a very long list of things that he'd like to do, and then usually it's a very small subset of those things that actually come to fruition. So try to, he focuses on the ones that he enjoys doing, and obviously he has his particular strengths. His live streaming is a tremendous strength, both in his studio as well as out on the street. People really respond to those, and his community meetups, his traveling. Regardless of what you say about London or Australia or upcoming USA tour, those tend to be really big fan favorite type of events, and the viewership really goes up when those things happen. So is there always one situation that mars it or creates a little bit of controversy, whether that's the Lily Bar incident in Vegas or the interloper in London or whatever it may be? There's always something that goes a little bit too far. But in general, on the whole, these things are really good for everybody who participates.
Yeah, but it's good
Lord
to have
says,
lots of ideas. It's good that he's got lots of ideas. Because in business, you can have lots of ideas and then only a few of them actually kick off and never work. So it's good that, he's got hands in many pies, as to put it, many ideas. Keep them
Lord
coming.
says, OC, you said good riddance on Tim's stream yesterday. I'm not sure what I ever said good riddance. Overdoing the damage control angle again. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you guys can interpret that, but I don't think I ever said.
I don't know.
Riddance.
Did you say good riddance to somebody or something? I don't know. I've not watched the show.
That's not a phrase that I typically use, so I don't ever say that.
Maybe, Lord, you can expand on the instance of that occur, what it's all about.
And it's good to see Lord back on the streams again, and he knows that I've personally talked to him, and I've said that I've wanted to see him on streams again, not just his own, but other people's streams. So I think it's good that he's back on other people's streams. So welcome. I personally welcome it, and I'm entertained by him and enjoy his content.
Lucy's got a comment here. Pink glasses was sacrificed for plus £50. Yeah, Tim's put a bit of weight on, but I think he's going to be working on that, isn't he? He's put weight on, that's for sure.
Staying on top of your personal health is always a high priority.
He's almost as fat as me. He's take care.
He's not that bad in person. The camera adds 50 pounds. Camera adds 50 pounds, and so he looks a lot bigger than he actually is. Fiat Books, OC, do you anticipate that one day you and the crew will turn this hobby into a business? Doing watch trades, auctions, something cool to make this more than just videos. The best revenge is success. For me, probably not. This is for me, and I can maybe speak unofficially for other members of Tim's panel, people who appear occasionally, like Hoff and Diego and others. Like, we have full-time jobs, so that we're focused on those things. We hop on the streams and contribute occasionally as a form of fun and not as a business. For Archie, it's a business, and for Tim, it's a business. That's how they make money. And if they were smart, they'd be doing long-term strategic plans to figure out how they can take their brands, in different directions, monetize their watch knowledge and their YouTube presence in a variety of different ways. But I can't speak on those right now.
I'm just going to add to that.
But an excellent example would be if you look at what Teddy Baldazar has done. This is a guy who started off making watch review videos and now runs probably a multi-million-dollar dealership for watches with over 20 brands for whom he's an authorized dealer. So, and it's not just in watches. You can look across different industries, whether it's real estate or car videos or whatever, where people have taken their YouTube presence, capitalized on it, built a business model that monetizes it, and created a side business that leverages it. Whether Tim or Archie will do that remains to be seen.
I'm just going to add to that. Take a look at how our two main characters, imagine them getting into the official watch sales, trades, auctions. And I'm just being objective here, I'm not being mean, but How do you think that would play out? Take a look at how they handle complaints and disagreements publicly. Imagine the service department based on that. No, don't go there.
Well said.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I've been a bit tardy, guys. I've just Mrs. Dodger's reminded me it's 7 o'clock and we haven't eaten yet. So I was just we're just ordering up some curry. So sorry about that. But one of the things that one of the words that you use there is revenge. Do you think there's going to be on either side? Do you think there's going to be an element of revenge going on now? Do you think there's going to be
For
that
what?
hostile?
For what? For what and on whose behalf?
Yeah. I don't know, just the word revenge was used. I'm just wondering if it's going to get that hostile, this whole situation, or it's just going to, two businesses going their own ways. Interesting.
I don't see any active animosity.
No, I don't. No,
There's a lot of overlap in the audiences, and so it makes sense that they continue to work together and be on friendly terms going forward. Always.
We have a super chat.
OC Bear asked him not to share what Arch said. That's a question. Not to my knowledge. I don't know. I don't know if Bear and Tim have talked. I don't know if Bear asked him anything. I don't know if Bear and Archie talked. I don't know nothing about it.
Or even what it is. You know what Super Neutron Star's talking about? Said about what? Like you've got us there. You've probably got knowledge beyond our knowledge. Super Neutron Star. Let us know. Let us know in the chat. We don't know. You have a fan? Love the OC. Sounds like an attorney. There you go.
I think that's meant as a compliment. I'm a little I try to be level-headed and try to bring a little bit of calm rationality to the shows, much like Lord does. Lord brings a very methodical and analytical tone to the conversations. P. Lucas question: can you confirm that Marcelo is to become a regular panelist on the Tim Wright channel? No, I can't.
Okay, you're getting them all. Yep. So, guys, throw in your questions.
I think Marcelo is great in small doses, and by small doses I mean when he jumps on the show and there's a super chat to boot him. I think that's the perfect amount of time for Marcelo to jump.
If I haven't tried it myself, yeah.
OC, have you seen Dodger's wife's watch? No,
Dodger's wife.
This man has figured out what it takes to keep a happy marriage. Okay.
Yes.
I'm assuming that she has quite the piece then.
I'll tell you what, I'm very, very lucky. I mean, I've got a lot of friends who also got married around about the same time. It's not something special I've done. I think I've just been extremely lucky in life. I've seen other people I know. I mean, have been a little bit unlucky in love, but I've been just an extremely lucky guy. This is just pure luck. But marriage takes work as well. But I've been extremely lucky.
Nice. Call it being blessed.
Blessed,
I
yeah.
share that. I share that as well. I'm in my 33rd year of blissful, happy marriage here with Mrs. Forge. Second go around too. I learned my lesson from the first time. And you're right.
Mark,
absolutely does take work, but if you're having fun, it ain't work.
We've got like 10 more minutes, so I'd like to go through as many questions as possible. I'm going to go through.
Okay, I'll go.
Mark the Shark, have you ever fallen asleep listening to Diego? No, I have not. But I've met Diego in person. He's a very nice person, very nice guy. And I talk to Diego quite a bit. And I text with him pretty frequently. So he's a very nice guy. And most people have to understand that the reason why Diego kind of comes across as a soft-spoken guy is because the acoustics in his condo make it so when he talks loud, it kind of echoes. So he's soft-spoken intentionally. As a person, he's kind of that way, like very calm. But the second reason is he's always careful about the microphone and not creating an echo in the apartment there. Lord, lying through your teeth. It's okay, OC. You're okay, but you did say that I'm boring, and that and I quote verbatim, Lord will expedite AC3's precipitous downfall. It's funny. It's a pretty funny line, actually. But come on, Lord, you can read between the lines there. You know what? I mean, come on. You don't have to take everything I say is not 100%. What I actually mean. I think there's part of what gets said by everybody that's there to provide entertainment value. So, I mean, just the phrase precipitous downfall, I think, is funny. So if I actually said that, then give myself a pat on the back because that's funny.
Are you saying you were speaking in hyperbole?
I mean, I don't even know what it means reading it there, but if I said it, it sounds funny. It sounds entertaining. So if people liked it,
that's what I love about Lord. Sorry, it's you got a memory like an elephant.
Yeah, he's very good at documenting what people say, and in building a repository of knowledge about what people have said and how they feel. And that's one of his strengths, definitely.
Sorry about that. I was just sorting out the order. Yeah, sorry, I'm losing my place because I'm struggling with this laptop. The mouse pad is randomly going up and down as I'm scrolling up and down the chat. So you're going to have to excuse me. There was something to do with this neutron bomb. Do you know anything about some kind of neutron bomb? Strange.
I don't. OC, do you know? And can you share what Archie said to Tim that was going to be the neutron bomb? Number one, I wouldn't share it. Number two, I don't know what it is. Number three, I doubt there's anything anyway. So
a lot of other questions, non-specifically to you, a lot about Archie and Lord. What else have we got? As he said, some people arguing about whether or not you're a lawyer. I guess you don't sound one.
I love James. I love James the Advisor. He's a great. I'm on Instagram. I mean, I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, he comes on the show, does he?
He does a great job as I believe he's a moderator, so he does a great job as a moderator. OC sounds nothing like a lawyer. I have 3 in my office. Don't mean that in a bad way, but not a lawyer. Got it.
This neutron bomb, I really don't know. What's something about a neutron bomb? I don't get that.
I doubt it. If anyone says I have the goods on somebody else, and I'm going to drop if Tim says I'm going to drop the bomb on Archie, or Archie says I'm going to drop the bomb on something salacious about Tim, I mean, 99% of the time you can bet it's nothing.
Oh,
this
is interesting.
How does it feel to be the smartest person in the room whenever you talk to Tim Archie? That's not necessarily true. I don't even accept the premise. When I'm on Tim's panel, I serve at the pleasure of Tim Wright. I realize that my role is just to be a guest, a panelist, and I'm definitely not the smartest person in the room. And Archie, same with Archie. Like Archie runs the show, does a great job, whether it's Bear or Lord or Mike the Snake, whoever's on it. I don't think of myself as the smartest person at all. Certainly, there's almost always it's the case that at least everybody else, at least 1 or 2 people have far more watch knowledge than I do. People have a lot more history of the channel than I do. So, I would say that statement is pretty false.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm quite. I'm never the sharpest tool, so you're definitely the smartest one on the panel. I've got a question. Have I missed anybody's super chat? Because my fingers, the scrolling pad isn't working very well on the laptop, so I'm doing my best. But if I miss a super chat, just drop it in. Just say, "Oh, super chat, you missed." That's a bit boring.
Thank you, Jay Sykes, for the question. Appreciate it. Nice but boring. That's me. OC doesn't.
I'd say that's a good analogy. I think I'll find out.
He doesn't want Miss Diego to.
There's nothing wrong with being nice.
Oh, he doesn't want Miss Diego to beat me up. Yeah, she's. I met Miss Diego. She's very, very nice. Next watch on your buy list. Great question. I would love. I mean, if it were offered to me, Royal Oak, but chances are I won't get offered it. And then probably from the Rolex list, I'm either gonna get maybe another Daytona.
Yeah, this is
Tim
probably one.
Has Tim lost his keys here? I don't.
Yeah,
Not for me. Not for me.
He has lost his keys, but at the moment, if ever he wants to come on, I can put him on. I don't know if he'd want to ever come on, but I can put him on. I have no problems with putting Tim on. I've not been told not to put Tim on or anybody else. Well, apart from JQH, I've been told not to do that. Link for Lex? Yeah. I mean, I'm not like Lex, you know. Lex banned me from his chat, but you know, if Lex wants to come on, he's welcome. I don't think he will somehow.
Cool, guys. One last question. Is there one last question for me? I do have to jump
One
off.
last question. Hang on, let's see. I'm going down.
Make it a good one. Make
Box
it a good
shot.
one.
Oh, what?
What happens first? Apple stock at 120 or Apple stock at 200? Great question. Let's take a look. Apple at 200 is more like being Senator Chuck Schumer's nephew. No, I will not admit that publicly. Thank you, Curly Q.
Right. I just want to apologise to Justin. I've only just caught that he's after the link because I've tried to keep the chat up for you and then scroll down, but I'm making the right pick. You know me, I'm no good. I'm not very good. I made the right pigs here, and I can only apologise.
Right. So you need to give me the keys. Give me the admin status. I can control the chat. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding. No.
There's a Uber as well.
Seriously, I'll ask God.
No,
why can't you? You're not caused any trouble.
Guys, it's been super fun jumping on. Thanks for letting me be on. And
no, thank you for coming and helping me out a little bit. You're welcome anytime, really.
Someone else jump on and help Dodger out here. Okay.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to go anyway, so in a moment. So unless somebody else can come on and keep it going, we've got Justin back again.
All right.
Peace out, guys. Sorry about that, mate.
All right, see you.
CLC. Take care, pal. Justin, my humble apologies because I'd held the chat and I was going there. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to take a call. My car's in the shop, and they just called me to let me know it's ready. And I did cut my dinosaur 1996 landline, so now I guess I have to take calls this way. Hey, that was nice having OC on.
Yeah, there's probably half the people saying, "No, he's not." Oh, this is really, really nice guy. You know, I like it when he is streaming from his swimming pool. You just got this idea that there's an army of chicks behind him in that pool, or the noise that was going on. He's certainly living the life. He's a nice guy. There's a question for you, Justin. Are you there? Was it me that stuck?
Yes, I am.
It's a question. You don't have to answer it, apparently. I don't know what it's all about.
I want to get one of your books. Which is your favorite? I've written The One. So if you were just to go to justinforge.com, you will see it. And there it links to a number of places that you can get it digitally. I'm looking at the last two printed books that were ever made of that, and there are no more. I should get that going again. Or just go to Amazon, Amazon.com or Amazon.ca, and you can get a Kindle of it there. Thank you.
I wish Green could, but I don't think Green's in a state, I think, of wanting to go anywhere at the moment, to be honest. I just hope he's okay.
He's dipping in and out.
He's dipping in and out of the chat on various streams. I did hear they might, if it was him in the chat, that he'll be doing another show in a day or so's time.
We should get Watch Nicholas on here. I wonder
Sorry?
if we'd be Watch Nicholas. We should get him on here.
Yeah, last time I interacted with Watch Nicholas was back in the Marcelo time days. He was on all the time, remember? He was chatting to us. He was always part of the team, wasn't he? He was a big part of the team.
Oh, sure. Yeah. He's an Archie fan for sure.
Just can I say something personal about you? You have such a very calm demeanor, but given the job that you had, that must have been highly stressful. Testosterone filled at times. I
You
mean,
don't know the half of it, Dodger. You don't know the half of it. Wow.
yeah,
Thank you for that. I get that a lot, actually, from my own coworkers, and I take that as a compliment.
it is. Yeah.
Hey, listen, the job was 95% boredom and 5% terror.
Yeah.
And there were times when I just stuck in a really wild situations, and I thought, "Oh God, I wish I could do something else right now." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I and my former, call it detective partner, we always joked, saying, "Hey, look, everything. How do I put this? Everything we do that I put on paper, and I know OC could totally relate to this, is scrutinized by someone who gets paid $700 an hour. Every note I take, every phone message is subject to a freedom of information request, right? It would be so much easier just to put up a hot dog stand. And there was always one across from the federal building, and I looked at that guy and I said, we're envious of him. I'd like to be him. But to your point, uh, you have to separate one from the other. Did I ever lose my nut on the job, getting mad at somebody? Oh yeah, sure. Was I proud of it? Nope. I just there's this part of you that just says some of the stuff that I had to look at was so hideous, and I'll go further, evil, pure evil, that I am not going to subject my emotions to this. I'm just going to set it aside. And this is exactly the way I spoke at work. I never got mad at people for smuggling or themselves or other goods in. I thought, well, this is their job, and I'm doing mine, right? There's no point in bringing emotion into it. That's how things escalate very, very quickly, and those things rarely end well or safely. So I always made a point of it not to wear what they call a 10-pound badge. Kind of take it. I took it extremely seriously, believe me. I have awards and decorations to show that. But the point here is I never brought emotion into it because I already know that there's good people making mistakes out there, and it was just my job to collect it, rectify it, and present to our crown attorneys cases for prosecution. That's it, right? But I thank you for that observation. It's not personal at all.
Yeah. Lord saying such enormous responsibility for wielding the law. Mr. Ford, I'm sure you were never troubled by what may have been excessive supervision or oversight. But yes, it's the 5% you mentioned, that the 5% of sheer terror. I mean, every day there's a potential that you went out and you wouldn't come back.
What a good point that Lord H is making there. The reason I was rarely troubled by, say, excessive supervision or oversight is because as investigators, uh, that's like the equivalent of detective or higher in police force. And rarely was there someone above you who knew more than you. We were all kind of the best in our areas, and we got gleaned from that and rewarded with the promotion to that criminal investigator. An enormous responsibility. And once you're balls deep in your case, nobody knows more about it than you. The manager, I love my manager. He says, Look, I trust you. You are here because you're good. Said that to each and one of us. You're here because you're good. I trust that you're going to do what I hired you to do. And I go, yeah, finally somebody gets this, right? He says, the last thing you need me to do is hovering over you like a helicopter. Either you know what you're doing or you don't. And I've had awesome tutelage under one of the top 3 investigators in Canada. The bottom line to that is, I don't know, what is the bottom line? Yeah, what did the manager say? He says, the only 2 things that limit you in your job is the law and your imagination. And he was absolutely exactly right. Thanks, though. Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah. Interesting life. Yeah, I've never had that sort of life where you're in service of your country and there's a risk of quite literally getting shot or killed when you go out of the door. But yeah, and especially the sort of people, traffickers, and somebody's mentioning traffickers. Some very dangerous people out there. Very dangerous.
There are. Hey, listen. One of the citations I was mentioning here was given to me because I used to work in the days when you would work midnight shifts on a very dark, lonely highway, an outport with no gun. I sat there thinking to myself, oh,
No gun.
I'm just a sitting duck. You know that?
Really?
My
Why
counterparts.
have a gun?
Yeah. Well, we were somewhat of a paramilitary organization. We had ranks and rigid rules, and apart from the law, we had our own regulations and stuff like that. But we were run by civilians who didn't, and they were kind of a transient bunch. They'd come and they'd go year by year and say, "Oh, we got a new director of public safety and emergency preparedness," and who was the mothership of whom we worked for, equivalent to the Department of Homeland Security. But yeah, what's a civilian guy who flew a desk for his or her whole career? What do they know about what we really do? And guns was not on the list, and I kind of went, this is madness. I knew it would change one day. I'm glad it did. Along with that came more enormous responsibility, but it is the way it is and should have been now.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Maple traffickers, those maple traffickers. I think there's worse things to worry about than maple.
Well, it's true. There is an entire, I'm sure, cartel for maple syrup. It's.
I don't use the word cartel.
Right.
In fact, that's gone quiet, hasn't it? The cartel has taken the back burner, hasn't it? With all the latest shenanigans, the cartel thing has gone in the background.
Oh, you mean our own watch cartel kind of thing?
Yeah, the watch cartel. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's maybe partially because Nicholas has been in the background again, so he did shed some light on that, as well as hey, look, we have our own thermonuclear bombs to be dropped, which didn't get dropped, right? Our attention is refocused.
Well, we've got a super chat from Neo, $1.99. Show me the video of Archie being slapped around. Okay, we'll play that.
Okay, guys, this concludes the Tim Wright movie. Thanks for watching. Press the like button. Subscribe to Tim Wright.
Yeah, and fuck off, okay?
Fuck off, okay.
I'm taking you off StreamYard, so go fuck yourself.
You took me off stream, mate. We're going back for more.
Okay, now. I'm sleeping now, okay? I'm sleeping now. Come on. What is this, Tim? What is this?
Sure.
What are you doing?
Sure.
What the hell's wrong with you? Time to go, please.
Sure.
Go. Time to go.
I want to dedicate this film in the memory of Ziz.
Tim, Tim, it's just true now, okay? True. It's time to go. It's time to go. Get out of my fucking house now. Out of here.
See, actually, I'll see you on the live stream tomorrow
You
night.
can just fuck off. I never want anything to do with you again. Fuck off.
Did you really remove my string note X?
Yeah, I did, so fuck off.
I don't believe that.
Well, just fuck off. I want to sleep. Okay?
Dude,
Mate, it's time to take your bag
What are you gonna
and
do?
fucking get out of here.
what are you going to do about it?
Tim,
Shroom, come
if you are filming now, I am honestly going to fucking
True.
throw you out of here, okay? It's midnight.
That's it.
Out of here now.
Shroom.
This is enough now.
Shroom.
Tim, Tim,
Shroom. Shroom.
get out of here.
Shroom. Shroom.
What's wrong with you?
Hold on, wait.
Come
Hold
on,
on.
man, I'm
True.
serious. This is
Come on.
it. It's over.
That's
Okay?
it.
I'm catching the plane out of here. Now get the fuck out of my room.
Yeah, chill out, you old queen.
That's enough. That's enough.
Okay, that's enough.
That's enough, Greg.
Shroom.
Yeah, quite something that. Chill out, your old queen. But it's funny. Tim's idea of an intervention was shroom, 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 as if that's going to stop the guy. Oh dear, you still with us, Justin?
Oh yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Oh, I'm going to ask the intro. How many lech? There's somebody knows his Polish beer. How many lech have you had today? No, I haven't started because Mrs. Dodger's just gone to get the food. So I'm going to have a curry and I'm going to get some beers out. But no, I mean, when I'm in Poland, the Polish beer is cheap. But when I'm in Britain, I just stick to the usual. You know, I'm a bit of a Budweiser fan, believe it or not. So I much prefer that to lech and Tyskie and everything else. Ah, dear.
Someone mentioned beer. I suddenly got the craving.
So much. I'm about to shut up shop because I need to. If I don't do things like lay the table, when she comes back and pour her a drink ready, I'm going to be in the shit. So that's one of the things, one of the rules of, always lay the table. Make sure that she's got a drink when she comes back. A glass of wine. Even though I've done probably nothing, I spent the afternoon on the streams. If I just do the cutlery and then pour a nice glass of wine, I'll be okay. It'll be cool. What a small limp pillow. Yes, Frank B. Laura Carr. Archie needs some vitamin D. Yeah, maybe.
Hey, a little. Go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking, I really do need to wrap her up because I've got to get these glasses out and lay the table and everything else.
Sounds great.
Not many boobers. Yeah, true. I mean, that's not something. How about you, Justin? If it happened to you, you probably wouldn't appreciate that either at our boomer sort of age.
Oh, you mean to?
If somebody came in on you and pulled that stunt, I mean, how would you react?
Yeah, actually, I bounced that around in my mind a few times. I can relate to how Archie was thinking. Hey, look, I've been on a million business conferences in the States, and over time, hey, look, I got towards the age of retirement and stuff. I kind of go, yeah, I'll let the young ones go to the casinos and go drink and have fun and all that. But you know what? I got a flight the next day. I always made a point of, no, I'm not going anywhere. And if I'm in bed, and for some reason one of them has my key, which would never happen, and then they tried giving me the slap fest. But depending on the mood I'm in, I think 175-pound green room would have been across the room. Right? I don't think I would take that nicely. So
yeah, I think it's something that you're okay with when you're younger. These sort of antics, but you really don't appreciate it. I mean,
and don't get me wrong, I'm young at heart. I used to do stupid stuff like that all the time, and so I remember how do I relate to young people? I used to be one. So come on, when in doubt, always go back to your youth. Run around silly, doing stuff, getting drunk, sure. So I think both things could have been handled a little differently.
Yeah, I think you're right. The whole thing could have, I think what was needed was an intervention, which didn't occur. So, I mean, it just went too far. And which is what it is. What's happened. Neo $1.99 was Archie serious of threatening us with Lord? I'm not sure, but it does look as if the Lord is back on the panel, and he's a key holder now of both. Well, he's the same as me. I also have the keys to the main channel, so yes, he has keys to both channels, so he'll be able to run shows and I guess do whatever Tim used to do. So yes, probably the answer there is yes, Neo. Thanks for the $1.99. Yeah, Archie's got to take the good with the bad here. Yeah, well, I think we will have to do that in life and learn that. It's important to learn that lesson. Oh,
And
gosh. It's one for you.
yeah.
And the mysterious ladies, man. Well, that's the question. The
I
wizard
did
is
respond.
how it's
I did respond. There was an official sighting. Just highlight my response.
That's a bit of wizardry in its own right. A nice touch, Justin. Nice bit of sense of humor. We've got a response back from Lord. Time will tell. Yeah, time will tell. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Normally, you say stuff like that in person, you can expect to get a slap back, but I don't know. The internet allows you to say shit. But anyway. Curly Q.
And your sister. Here we go. Hey guys, I'm very, very sorry. Unless somebody else can sort of hop on and keep it going, I can't. I have got to go, otherwise I'll be in trouble. So it's been great catching up with you, Justin, and we've had OC on the panel as well, and
Yeah, it's good.
It's good, really. It's been good. Good.
Thanks for doing that. Okay, we'll talk
and
later.
Yeah, and it's nice that no Gophers were harmed in the process of producing this video.
Hopefully not.
No Gophers were gassed, so it's
Nice
all
speaking to you. Thanks, Laura.
all
JB,
is good.
Neo,
All is
Untimely, Curly, Supertron, Star, Loose Tooth,
Yeah,
Flat Brooks.
Yep.
Take care. We will talk
later.
later. Okay. Bye, Mrs. Dodger.
Well, she's off collecting the takeaway, so she's driving. Well, I'll say goodbye to her from everybody. But thank you, everybody in the chat for supporting us and this impromptu little chat. Well, we can thank the man in the golf course. Sorry?
Gonna do a little outro?
Yeah, well, I was going to just do the happy slappy as the outro. Why not?
Okay. Bye.
I think people, yeah. Yep, we'll do. See you guys. We'll have a bit of happy slappy outro. We'll have part 1 of happy slappy. Happy slappy, slappy, slappy.
Yeah, time to go. Your bags there.
I'm gonna rewind.
To the front. Front, mate. No, please, no filming, mate. It's fucking 12 o'clock at night. It's enough. Get out of the fucking room. Get out of here now. Tim, get out of here now. I'm serious. That's it. Stop it. I'm fucking sleeping. I'm asleep in my sleep. Time to go, please.
Okay, see you later. See you, mate.
Tim, you turn the camera off or else you're going to sleep outside.
Catch you later, guys.